6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Thursday Night Live. We're very excited to have you all with us here tonight. We got some cool things on the docket as we get going. First off, I want to introduce myself. My name is Tim Hepworth here with Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters, and over to my right we have...
Well, I'm also Tim Hepworth, and I'm here with Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters.
Well, that's us, just me and myself. So, what are we going to get up to tonight? Well, as you might have noticed, my better half looks a lot like myself. But I'm going to manage the show all by myself tonight. Don't you worry, we got some good stuff coming up. I've been learning all week on how to run all of this stuff. I don't anticipate any problems at all. And I don't have to listen to that other guy beaking at me the whole time.
Yeah, you are.
Isn't that right?
Yeah, you'll be hearing me all night long.
Yeah, that guy's going to be a dick too, I think. But that's okay. We'll just keep moving forward. So, what do we have first? Well, let's talk about what is Thursday Night Live. Well, every time that somebody else is sitting in this seat, they pass the buck. So I'm going to send this one over to my better half and give us a little, what is Thursday Night Live?
Well, what is Thursday Night Live? Well, it's just about getting a group of people together, tying a few flies, maybe drinking a couple beers, and bring a huge community of people together, which is really...
I'm going to cut you off there. I think that's all we need to hear.
Well, I guess so.
It's been a great season so far. Today we are on episode 14. Can you believe it? We are way over halfway. Only got a few weeks left, which kind of makes us a little sad. But at the same time, we are very excited for what we have coming up. We have some very exciting things over the next few weeks, from giveaways that we do every week, as well as some big stuff coming up for the last couple episodes. We are very excited to bring that to you. Yeah, this guy over here. Lots of lip. I thought I'd be out of that, but having, me, myself over here.
Lip over here.
But that's okay. So, guys, we're very excited to have you here tonight. As we move forward, the biggest things we want to know is where you were from, what you're drinking. Give us your shout out. Just say hey, because really, that's all that matters. We're here to hang out tonight, so give us a shout.
Yeah, give us a shout. Let me talk for a little bit. No?
I think I'm going to cut you off there, Tim. Let's go to commercial and see what we have coming up from our sponsors.
With the amount of time we spend in front of our devices, don't you think you deserve a pair of scissors that can make the cut?
There are a lot of great rotary vices on the market, but only the Norvise spins the hook. It's for this reason that it's been said the Norvise is the most innovative fly tying system on the market.
We all deserve the right to stay organized, no matter what or where your space is. Your Flykia table will turn any space into a well-organized fly tying realm. Own your domain.
27 minutes. 27 minutes and we're on the air, so make sure you get what you need tied.
Dude,
and,
I'm good. I've been prepping all week.
Got some working on the...
People don't know what it takes to
I
look
had
that
bags
good.
today.
I know.
I read about these and eventually they said 23 minutes until the bags are gone. And then we're live. Thursday night, folks. It's
well,
you're good with your flies and stuff?
I'm
You
good.
practice all that? So
wait a minute.
We'll be
It's
20
8 after 7.
23 minutes and I'll go get changed.
Dana. It's 8 after 7. We're live. Look at that little red icon.
There's no way.
People are not going to be able to handle this.
Tim, I told you about this, okay? I said I need a 25-minute countdown.
Dude, you said hit
because
the
I
button.
got to hit the shower. I'm working on the bags under my eyes, and I'm sitting here, and apparently you guys are in here too. So
I don't know what to say, man.
what have you been doing? Dicking around to the show all night?
No, I just started
Were
it.
you playing around with this stuff?
I told you, didn't you see the free show? I figured out how to use that stuff.
No, I wasn't watching. I was sitting here doing selfies trying to get the
Oh,
bags
well,
under my eyes away.
Well, I'm sorry.
It's a big, busy day for me.
Yeah, I remember.
So we're 170.
There's 116 people
All right, folks.
looking at you right now.
Things got awkward here real quick, and apparently I'm not ready for the show like
no.
most of you guys.
No,
so
definitely not.
I'm just gonna rip upstairs quick, finish my shower. Well, maybe
I don't know.
finish my shower, get dressed for the show, and then hopefully when I come back, you guys are still around. And Tim, well, I don't know what you did to the panel here because I think you were dicking around earlier.
Well,
I can't even figure out how to get the camera off of me.
I just gotta ask you one question though. What's the shower cap for? Isn't that for hair?
Yeah. I'm putting rice water in my
okay.
hair trying to regrow it.
What hair?
There's
Isn't that-
hair.
that
There's
water just
follicles there, okay,
right
Tim?
off.
I don't know what you
There's
did to the
follicles.
program here, but
I think
I
it's
can't
working
even
pretty good.
switch off of me to get to you.
Don't need
And
to.
yeah, I got to get out. I'll be
just-
back.
you
I
just
got to
go
go
upstairs.
finish my shower. You
Yeah.
guys don't go anywhere. I'm going to let Tim tell you a joke because that's apparently his favorite thing to do.
Well, guys, if that's not entertainment, nothing pre-planned about that. Sometimes you just gotta catch your mate with his nightie on and shower cap on a bald head, because I guess that's something to do. Anyways, we are happy to have you here tonight. This is Thursday Night Live. If you're like me, you've been waiting, well, about 6 days for this day. So we're pumped to be here. We really do want to, as my double said earlier, we want to know where you're from, what you're drinking, and yeah, just give us a shout out so we know that you're with us tonight. We know there's a lot of people that tune in that don't say a whole lot, and we respect that as well, but it's cool to know you're here. We like to have that interaction, so don't hesitate. Reach out to us so we know you're here. I think someone might be ready. Oh,
Yeah.
there he
See,
is.
Look at that, folks.
Look at those.
My microphone's not on.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't need to be on.
If it
there
was,
it
you
is.
would hear me. I think I look. Look at that.
Yeah. You take off your hat, you
12.
got something under there.
My hat.
Yeah, you got something funny. Lift it up. No, all the way up. Take it off for a second.
Oh, it's growing, Tim. That's called regrowth. Lay off there. Like someone said in the comments here.
I didn't see Rogaine in the reel of the
I know, but
commercials.
they said it's sad, but I think Tim has more chest hair than Dana. Well, I don't know if that's sad or just unfortunate.
It's a fact, actually.
Unfortunate, folks. If you got dubbing in your kit tonight, it's a good chance it came from Tim's chest. So, anyways, we thought we'd entertain you with a little Tim and Tim show before the show. And if you got tricked by that, don't put your hand up, but throw a number 2 and a peace sign in there. So that was a last-minute effort before the show started to get that done.
All the best things that come to you come last minute.
They
I'll
do.
tell you that.
They do. And I thought, hey, again, 2 weeks in a row, and nobody has bought into my new singles, like a Twix bar. There's 2 singles in there, and nobody bought them off of MyTunes.
Nope, they did not.
MyTunes. It's a platform for up-and-coming artists. So, like Tim said, he's Tim and he's Tim, but now I want to introduce myself, and I'm Dana Ladder with Fly Fishing Board Outfitters, Thursday Night Live, and here we are hanging out with you folks because we've waited all week. All week, and like the song at the end of the show last week said, I am sad that the show is almost over, but here we are again on episode 14. So, Tim, why don't you tell everybody what the flies and how small are they tonight?
Well, we went tiny this week. We're gonna do 2 different flies as we normally do. Tonight we're gonna do we're calling it a black Beauty Midge. This is in a size 18, so that's a teensy one. And then we're calling it a crystal larva, and it also is pretty small, but this is actually size 14, so it's a little bit bigger, not too bad. And yeah, so if you're gonna go ahead and prep some materials for yourself and some thread, I would recommend tonight I'm gonna be using some black thread. I don't really worry too much about the size, except just do it on the smaller side. I'm spoiling myself tonight. I'm actually using some nano thread. So if you don't know what nano is, extremely strong thread. It's got about the same tension resistance as that heavy GSP that we use to do deer hair, except this is in
Cameron,
a size
take
12
note.
aught. Yeah, this is the stuff for Cam. But yeah, if you go with a black like UTC 70 or a 6/8, and a Danville or something, you're gonna be ugh.
Yeah.
Thread.
So
It needs to be on
well,
the
hey,
small side.
hey, why don't you come over here and run
Uni,
the?
that's what
Why
I was
don't
trying
you
to say.
run the show, and try to do it all, Tim?
I tried. I thought I did pretty good the first round.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So there's the flies. You guys, which thread do we want them to get going first?
Were you even listening to me?
That's what I thought.
Yeah. Jeez,
Okay, so what we're gonna do, folks, is you. Well, we're not gonna do you, but we're gonna talk to
Talk
you.
about you.
And say who's here, who's in the house. Chaz is here. Terry Sather. Is that a
what's
hot
up,
water
boys?
bottle? Well, it should be a hot water bottle, but it is just a hair cap.
Yeah.
And like I said before, it is because I'm regrowing the roots.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ben Armstrong wants some of that formula. it's called Flyagra.
Yeah.
We talked about this last week. Thursday fly roast. Yes. Doug's in the house. Ryan Stubbs is from Quispamasis. I absolutely butchered.
it. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so
It's somewhere
drinking
in
a
New Brunswick.
Sussex ginger ale. Well done. Garden don't grow on cement. That's this concrete chest Jim's talking about. I think. Cam's
That's the best
drinking.
comment I've ever seen.
Cam's drinking. Well, I think he's talking about my head and how it's concrete, and I'm,
Yeah.
Jim, why don't you tell some stories about when I used to work for you and how you did not enjoy me there? Trout Maharishi is out on bail. He said if
what's
he
up,
gets
guys?
his bail, he will be here. So
You're here.
the only thing missing was the old wah-wah hanging out the house coat. Well, if you had the under desk camera, that might have been a pleasant surprise for you. Dylan Duccia from Red Deer, Alberta.
What's up, Dylan?
We got Zach Osborne from Utah drinking a Bud Zero. Troy Tracy, welcome back from New Brunswick. Drinking 9 Locks Dirty Blind.
Nice.
Cole from Red Deer, what's happening,
Hey,
brother?
Cole. What's up, Cole?
John Miller from Greenville, Michigan. Where's Greenville, Michigan?
Yeah.
I lived in Kalamazoo, and Tim's family is from Michigan. So, John, we've got ties to you, or at least the hand. The Michigan hand. Tammy's here. Ben Armstrong, Drift Out West, A-Town, the Airdrie. The Airdrie A-Town.
What's up, Quinn?
Joel Sather from the Colorados. Roger Beatty, I think I put the wrong mushrooms in my spaghetti.
I think you might have, bud.
Oh, that's the good one.
Yeah, that's good.
By far the best one. So how about Tim's mug?
Oh, you like my mug?
Sick mug. Mark said sick mug.
Who's that guy?
Well, that's Barry. Sheridan Nodden. Dude, send some of that out to Alberta for me. He needs some more of the mushrooms. I think that's what he's talking about. So Tim, folks, tonight is having a ride home. Tim has a ride home. So you know what that means.
We get to
Chug a
evenly
beer.
share
He can
beers
chug.
at a nice slow pace. We
Nobody
get to-
even notices.
It's really a sipping occasion. Nobody
Tim,
really likes to drink
Tim,
too
look,
much at once.
look at me
What?
in the camera.
What?
What about my shirt?
It's on backwards.
Is it?
No, it's inside out.
It's inside out, folks.
Wow, didn't even notice that. Did you notice that?
Yeah, look.
Oh, yeah.
Nope. Didn't notice that. But hey, it's a funny thing you guys should ask. And it's even funnier that I mentioned the word shirt.
Is it?
It is.
I think it is.
Because
Let's talk about it.
we have something for you fine folks.
Very exciting. Yes, indeed. Hey, what's up, Andy? Hillbilly Taxidermy in the house.
Ellen Schaefer's in the house. Ryan Pacific, Cam Molnuff, Joel House, Jeff Hefner, Michael McCottery, waiting for the rain in Ottawa, was soon the CC1 Canadian Club 100% rye. You're ruffling your microphone, Timothy. Ran down Dana's head and is now on his back and his ass. Well, you saw my chest, so you might know what the back and the bottoms look like. Corey Mahan's in the house. Had the pleasure of getting to see Corey on the Sunday. Mark, what's up? Merks, the PC. Look, we tricked all these people.
All these people.
Douglas
all these
McLean from the YouTube world, folks. There's some friends on YouTube. Feel free to go to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Lots of information there. And some of that information is going to come into play tonight. So here's kind of how it's going to go down, because these flies are pretty simple. And the last thing we want to do is let you guys go before 3.5 hours. So there's a giant hook hanging over top of him and Tim's head. And so I'm going to run over a couple of my favorite knots, and we're going to try to do it and see how it works out on camera. And probably really bad that I'm wearing a black shirt, and I chose black rope. But we'll see how it works. A couple knots that I love, and I use one of them for everything, and then the other one I don't know what I'm going to show you yet. So I will
We got
wing
time
it.
to decide. We'll figure that
I
out.
will wing it. I am the new golden girl. I take that with great pride. So yeah, did some of you guys get your prizes? Let us know. We've shipped them out. James Riley, what's up, my brother from LA?
James.
If you guys are bored, the Rileys go live Friday night called Friday Night, and him and his wife have a pretty cool show. So you can find them on Facebook, follow James Riley or add him as a friend, however that works. That's a pretty cool thing that he's doing, and they've also incorporated the wins into their show, and that is super fantastic, James. Brings me a big
Let's slow
smile.
down for one quick sec. Let's go back up just a little bit right there. Good. So Blake Teague.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't pronounce that very well. I said, Tim, I want
Shank
that
jaw.
shank jaw. So hard to get. Well, let me tell you something, guys.
Where did you get yours?
I
You're
got
just
mine
brand new.
today. Yeah.
Let's see this. Let's head over here.
This shank jaw is courtesy of Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. They provided for us tonight, guys, so we're super thankful for those guys over there and hooking us up with this. Now, they have sold out of the stainless, but if you hop on their website, they still do have some of the brass ones in stock, and they are hoping to soon get a few more stainless in. If you know anything about it, Norvise did not expect them to sell like they have, because they were selling them simply as a shank jaw, when in fact, in my opinion, they're the best
better jaw.
if I have the choice to use it over their
Blunt.
standard jaw here, I think they're onto something, although I don't think they knew what they had. Yes, you can tie shanks in it. It's got a groove in it, but in my opinion, it's the best jaw for anything. So hopefully they come out with a bigger one for streamers as well, but this is a dynamite.
Yeah, so check out Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. I know they don't ship to the US of A yet, but I
is coming
believe
soon.
Colin can do some backdoor deals. But okay, we got so much going on here. Okay, we're gonna talk about the halftime show. We don't have any videos. We're gonna do Tippet Talk. Okay, just giving my 2 bits on the Tippet Talk. Floral, mono, nylon. What is it? What's it used for? Why do you use it? What's better? I have no idea. And so basically we'll talk about that. We'll tie a couple knots. And then we're going to talk about a really touchy subject that I'm sure some of you guys hashtag will get, what's the word? Triggered. Hashtag triggered.
Hashtag triggered.
Hopefully in a good way, but that's all that we care about. But first of all, folks,
Oh,
The
kinda forget
old-
about that.
baking cam from our friends at the Cocoa Tree Bake Shop. Tonight we've got the Lonely Easter Egg, mini Easter egg cupcake. And then that's my favorite on the right,
Which one's
left,
that?
whatever, the red velvet.
Oh, well, I'm glad you provided that for me.
That is for you, Tim. If you do a good job tonight, you can have the mini egg,
Okay, Dad.
and that's it. Well, it was the Tim and
Well,
Tim show for a little
It's
bit.
a good
so-
thing I brought my whole bag of M&Ms.
Oh,
for-
look at
for
you,
tonight,
just getting
so-
all fat and sassy. So that's the baking cam. We're going to check in on that throughout the night because I got a feeling it won't last long sitting up there. Okay, let's comments. Uni 8 is also good and a Canadian product. Yes, it is. Cam would absolutely break that thread like it was going out of style. Okay, here in Calgary, Douglas McLean sipping some Scared Rabbit. Norman Wells in the house from the Bahamas.
What's up, Norman?
And we got some giveaways. What are we giving away? I am so off track. We got a BVK reel. Okay, $200 reel we're giving away today from our friends at Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. And we've got a brand new pair of scissors from Shore. We've got a Shore hat like this one. And we've got some stickers. And I believe we were giving away something that's going to completely change your world, my friends. It's upside down. But anyways,
I was doing so
Yeah,
good.
the
I had
id-
something good going on.
the idea there
Was good.
is that these are our new athletic sun hoodies. Okay? And so they have I lost all my notes. They have the a 4-way stretch. I wish this would stay up. It's better when it's like that.
That's legit. Like, and the cool thing about this logo, guys, is it's what we call sublimated. So that's not a big hot mess of a screened on print. I can pull on this. Sorry, I'll grab my fingers here. That's actually sublimated into the material. So as you can see, you're gonna breathe right through it.
It doesn't sit on there like a big piece of ink and make you sweat.
No.
which is a lot of shirts, which is called screen printing. And when you are standing or sitting in the river or your boat, something like this is absolutely fantastic. I'm telling you what, if Tim were to put that on right now, his nipples would be cutting glass because it really makes you colder.
Colder.
But so anyways, somebody said to me, look who's there. Hey, babe, what's up, babe?
What's up, Deneen?
Justin's outside of Grand Rapids, north or south?
Yeah. Grand Rapids.
Kalamazoo.
I got an uncle in Grand Rapids.
Jonathan Westcott's in Edmonton with Guinness and heading to Fernie. Well, you're lucky. We're
guy.
going to the Bow River tomorrow. And chug. Yes, we will get Tim chugging folks.
Guys are just
Truly
terrible.
Lemonade, 100 calories. I'm trying to keep up with your comments because what I want to do, I want that. I'm going to win. Wicked shirt. You can win the shirt. New FFB. Oh, look at this girl. She got a little behind the scenes and she might have blew it. But what we need you guys to know is that something really cool is happening over on the website. Pre-order hooded sun shirts at flyfishingbowriver.com/shop. And now don't leave the show yet because we've got not the one you've just seen, but we've got this one. Okay, and what it says on the back is love people, catch fish. That is one of the styles that we got. Hold tight, folks. Fasten your seatbelts. Here is the second style of hooded sun shirt that we have over on the website, which you can pre-order at flyfishingbowriver.com/shop. You guys asked for it, so we got it. And the third and final one is this one right here, and you can pre-order those shirts, okay? So if you head over to the website, you can pre-order. We are going to put the order in on Monday, okay? It's about a 4-week turnaround before we get them, and we will ship them out ASAP. So you're looking at about 4 to 5-ish weeks before you get them. We are also ordering a bunch of stock of these, okay? But this pre-order sale makes sure that you get your size exactly like you wanted so that when the stock stuff comes in, you're not hung out to dry because you didn't get your size. So head over to the website. We're closing on Monday. We're closing the shirts. We're taking them off the website until stock comes in, which could be 4 to 6 weeks for the stock. But the pre-orders are getting sent out on Monday. So go on the website, order your shirt. Let's get them in, folks. You guys asked for it, so let's make it happen. I believe that's the website, the address. Haven't double-checked that.
Yeah, it looks right.
But yeah, so you got the shirts. We'll ship them anywhere.
Talk
Shipping's
about
not
sizing
too
a little
bad.
bit for people.
Sizing. Okay, so they like we showed you, they are stretch. Okay, so I typically wear an extra large, and I can wear an extra large in that. A double XL is just a little more comfortable. Okay, so I suggest that you kind of upsize just a little bit, but it's up to you.
Or be comfortable with it being just a little. It depends the kind of shirts you like to wear, but remembering that the bonus with these is the whole back panel and under the arms is actually an open kind of waffle so that it allows like perspiration and air to get in and out. So it's okay if it's a little tighter, but if you're not comfortable with a tighter shirt, upsize, and then you'll feel probably a lot more comfortable.
Yeah. So, they're super fun. Like quality is incredible.
I'm excited.
They're nothing that you guys have seen. These are custom made. Okay, they're custom made, and they're gonna be delivered to you guys if you order one. Absolutely, Mr. Riley. Thanks for the love. Love the show. Love watching you guys. So we just spread the love. Okay, Eric's vape batteries died. He'll BRB. So we're gonna get to tying this fly, and we're gonna show the shirts again, but they're all on the website. I believe it's flyfishingbowriver.com/shop. If not, just go to flyfishingbowriver.com and then find the shop tab, and then it'll be there. So feel free to go over there, pre-order your shirts, because on Monday morning the order's going in and the shirts come off the website. These are just getting custom ordered as you guys require your sizes. Mr. Riley loves peanut M&Ms.
James, have you tried the what's the new ones? They got
peanut butter
on the inside.
Yeah, peanut
That's
butter.
a game changer.
Vince from Montreal. Bonjour, bienvenue. Welcome to the show.
Already
Okay,
asked
so
about
we
the
do
cards.
tie we do tie flies. You do need bingo cards. Remember we talked about that last week. And the bingo cards are right over there on my head somewhere here. Okay, so if you did not get a bingo card, you need a bingo card to win tonight, folks. We have a $200 TFO reel. We have scissors, hats, tickers or stickers?
I think they're stickers, yeah.
And we have the sun shirt. We have a large, medium, extra large in this rare, never to be printed again shirt style that we have right here. It's the same one that's for sale on the website. It's just a different
color.
Yeah, just a different model. You have models. I'm the model in the shirt. Okay, what's up, folks? So what are we drinking? We're trying something new from Stanley Park Brewing. Is called Day Trip, and it is a West Coast lager, and it's okay. If at first Tim's probably drinking wine.
Hey, I'm actually double fisting tonight.
Yeah, he's going hard, folks. So if you want to see Tim chug, we're gonna play some games. We're gonna play some bingo. You need your bingo card. Flyfishingbover.com/Thursday Night Live. And Tim, let's fire this party up and get that fly tied. So,
All right.
SOS Jen called SOS. The shirts are Canadian prices, and they are $89. That is the pre-sale price. I believe they're going to go up after this. But yeah, the same shirt on Orvis is $100 American, same-ish. I shouldn't try to steal their idea. But yeah, so we feel $89 Canadian. So Americans, that's probably like $60, $65. Yeah, feel free to order one up, and all the prices are on the website. The shipping, I believe, is like $15 or $16 Canadian. So just over $100, and you get yourself one of these athletic sun shirts. They're not just a t-shirt. They're like, trust me, it's performance gear. So
It's
the website to get the bingo card for that is the website. Not sure if I'm in the way.
There you go.
It's flyfishingbover.com/Thursday Night Live. You go on there. How much in Tennessee dollars? Well, about
Half of what that is.
$10.
Yeah.
I believe Tennessee still uses American currency. So, yeah, Chaz, super awesome. Moved to the Prairie Night Porter. I've not tried the Prairie Night Porter. Look at Bruce Cameron just showed up. He's
What's up,
probably
Bruce?
floating in the snowstorm in Calgary. Bam, shirts ordered. Give that man a straw. 333. Mike's won. Mike's win. The number game. Okay. Oh, I miss you guys every single week. I miss you all. And here we are. Let's get this fly tied, and then we can come back and do some more fun things. Like the fly is fun. I mean, the Tim show. Did you guys? I love that. That was.
Sometimes
maybe.
you just need to put some mushrooms in your spaghetti.
Yeah, I think that is the quote. I got to get a shirt.
Yeah, I put the wrong mushrooms.
Thursday Night
in my
Live on the
spaghetti.
back. Oh, we also have a lot of T-shirts coming, folks.
We do.
April
That is also
12th.
true.
April 12th that's going live, and those T-shirts are pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
So we're just waiting on a few things there, but yeah, these sun shirts are ready to rock and roll. And I'm trying to find the tying cam.
The tying cam.
There it is, Tim. I think I shouldn't have let you in here.
Probably not, but you did. Too late. Okay, guys.
Oh,
What?
never mind. I get so many ideas.
So if you know anything about Dana, if you ever have a conversation on the phone with Dana, you know one thing.
Prepared for the long haul.
Yeah. And prepare to try to read between the lines, because you never actually know where his brain is at, because he's doing 6 things at once.
16.
And that's not a lie. That's actually how he lives his life, which is impressive because most people can't do 2 things at once. So let's start off tonight. I'm going to take you through. So guys, we didn't speak to this very much yet, but let's just talk about this real quick. So we got Thursday Night Live, Fly Tying, Season 3, Episode 14. This is the first year we've actually put out kits. So we put a full season together. We put 80 of them together. We have 20 episodes in there. And so in each of these baggies, what you get, you're going to get 2 individually sized bags that come out of it. And those are the 2 different flies. You have enough material to tie both of those flies 2 times, as well as we've already pre-tied you 1 of each pattern. So if all things kind of go to heck, you also got some things in there that you can already fish. So we're going to start off tonight with what we're going to call the Black Beauty Midge. Okay, now this, we've given you quite a bit of extra dubbing material. If you got a couple extra hooks, you're probably going to be able to actually tie, like, honestly, probably 10 or 12 out of this much dubbing if you got the extra hooks. but we provided you enough the hooks to do 2, okay? So go ahead and open your package. If you don't have a package, the materials that we're going to be using tonight are actually very, very simple. This Black Beauty Midge is tied with simply your black thread. And if you so choose that you want the color of this midge to be different, then you just choose a different thread. But for us, kind of the name speaks for it, Black Beauty, I like to do this with a red, extra small sized wire. And besides that, all we have is this dubbing material. And we're using something that's got, as far as dubbing is concerned, we don't want to use like a super fine or something like that. As you can see this stuff here, it's gonna noodle quite well, but it also is gonna have a little bit of barbels, you know, those little pieces hanging off the front of the.
Tim,
What? What?
where'd you get that from?
What's that? My words?
The nape of your crack.
The name. If this was red dubbing, we could maybe say that. But I actually
Same bingo cards as last week, folks.
Same ones.
Same bingo cards as last week.
Actually, I wore a black shirt yesterday, and I just took this out of my
Cost
bag.
of the kit, so it's a good question. Darren Smith asked.
Yeah. So this year.
Did you? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
What's new? Yes. So Darren, the cost of the kits this year, I believe, was $270.
80.
$280. Yeah, we sold them for $280 Canadian. I'm assuming we'll be right around that price point next year. We got some pretty big lofty goals as far as how many kits we're going to put out next year. So what we didn't expect was how many people would want them. And so we maybe undershot that one a little bit, but we also had put out a lot of time and effort and money into doing them. So we wanted to make sure that we kind of covered everything. But now that we've got a feeling for what people want and that people's response to the kits have been really good, we hope to put out a lot more next year. So stay tuned, because once we hit the end of this season, our plan is to kind of get a pre-order as well, so we know how many people want it, and then we can produce them and get them out to you guys far ahead of the season, so you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so Black Beauty Midge. We're going to go ahead and grab, in your kits, you're going to have the smaller of the 2 hooks is the one you're going to use. So in this instance, on a size 18.
Your mic is crumpling.
I heard that. I don't know why it's crumpling. I'm not doing nothing.
Maybe your chest hair is like angry.
It could be. Nobody knows. We're gonna get this size 18 hook, and as far as the shape of the hook that you're using, it's really up to you. You could use a straight shank hook. I personally like what they're gonna call this, like a caddis pupa or a caddis emerger hook.
Pupae.
Pupae. Because I like the curve. In my head, when I see lots of midges in the water, it looks like they've got a bit of a curve to them all the time. So that's just kind of how I like to tie on this style of hook. So we're gonna take our thread, and again, I'm just using some black thread here. I'm using a 12/0, and this is a nano black thread. It doesn't really matter what size you're using, as long as it's something that's a little smaller. We don't want to be using something as large as, let's say, a 140, just because this is a very small fly. And now, kind of the unique thing about this style of pattern in midges, where you actually use your thread to create the underbody, is you are choosing your own poison in a way. When it comes to how much you want for bulk, it's what you choose. So if you put more thread wraps on, then it's going to be more bulky. If you put less thread wraps on, it's going to be less bulky. So I like to fall somewhere in the middle. When I tie a bunch of these in a row, what I like to think of is I'm going to go up and down the entirety of the hook 3 times. So I've already gone down once. Now I'm gonna tie in my wire and go to the back, and that's gonna be number 2. And then when I come back forward, that'll be number 3. And that's the total amount of times I take my thread up and down the hook. And then that gives me a fairly realistic looking size for this midge. So you also have this size extra small red wire. So that's what we're gonna use to tie in and create the segmentation on this fly. Now, why red? Well, that's a good question. I don't really have an answer for you as to why that color. If you think of the zebra midge, it's tied with silver, and it makes a fairly natural segmentation, but there's lots of color variations of midges, and really a bloodworm in its infancy stage is actually just a midge, and we tie that in red all the time. So
new midge that I tied this week, it's gonna work tomorrow.
Yeah, he seems
It's
to
in
think
there.
it.
It's
I saw some of
those
that.
bins.
Oh, I just saw your wire that you braided up here.
They're in some of the bins, you know.
The bins.
If anyone,
He
maybe
wants
just-
me to show his flies because he's.
Well, I just want to show them because maybe someone else has seen them before and tried them, and I just saw it randomly on the Instagram.
Which bins are you talking about?
Those black. You just tie your fly.
Okay, I'll
figure
worry
it
about
out.
my fly.
I can figure it out.
Okay, so I've tied in my wire.
Uh-oh, look who's here.
Uh-oh, who is it?
Mr. Roman Quintana.
From Montana. Sorry,
That was
people.
very
Work late.
lackluster.
Well, I'm glad you're here, buddy. It's good to have you in the house. So I've tied in that wire. I've taken it all the way to the rear bend. And now I'm going to work my thread back up towards the eye. And I'm going to take it all the way up to the eye. And now this is where you get to decide whether you want to put more or less thread down. When I think of midges, I think of them being super small and hard to see. And I kind of like to tie mine a little more sparse. So like I said, I do the 3. I go down, up, down, down, up, and then I'm good. I'm gonna just take a quick, that didn't go very well. I'm just putting a half hitch on here, guys, so I can wrap that wire up. And I'm gonna get my thread out of the way. And now all we're gonna do, I won't use the rotary function on this just so you can see how I'm gonna do it, but I just do nice open spirals, creating even segmentation as I go up this hook shank. You want there to be a decent amount of black thread coming through the spaces of the segmentation, just so you kind of are not overdoing it with the wire. We're not tying a wire worm, we're tying a midge, okay? So I'll bring my thread back, I'm gonna tie off that wire. It doesn't matter if I bring the wire all the way to the eye, because what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna build up a little bit of a thorax with some wire, or with some of that dubbing. So go in there, grab a junky pair of scissors, or you don't really need much here. You can helicopter it off. This isn't very strong.
Those are my scissors.
These are Dana's scissors.
You don't need much at all.
No.
Just use Dana's scissors.
Oh, I'm not going to waste my good Shore scissors on those. Shore scissors, guys. Let's talk about that for a quick second.
That is truth.
I've tied with a lot of scissors, and I got nothing against most of them. The super cheap ones, like what Dana used to cheap out on, not great, but they still do the trick. If you can invest in a decent pair of scissors, it'll kind of change the game when it comes to, tying or cutting thread. Not a big deal at all. Whatever, you can use a lot of different things for that. But when it comes to clipping off deer hair and you want it to cut even, when it comes to cutting materials, you want it to cut even. These are the kind of scissors you want to use. And you can now, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop is carrying Shore products, and they have been selling scissors like crazy. I talked to Colin today. He's only got one of this exact one I'm holding here left in stock. I think
that's one of the giveaways today.
Ooh, maybe it is. He's gonna get more of these in stock, but yeah, hit him up, look for him, watch the website, make sure they got some in stock, and then grab a pair, because they are worth a little bit of money.
It wasn't, but it is now.
Ooh, look at that, Shore scissors. Okay, so now I'm gonna take that big clump of belly button lint that we have here, and we're just going to grab just the slightest pinch. We're not taking much at all. This does come off the thread easily if you need to take it off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a dubbing noodle. So we've done so many dubbing noodles by this point in the season, but all that means is I'm going to place it on the thread, and I'm going to spin it between my fingers. So I'm going to spin it in the same direction. I'm not doing this. I'm not going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I want to put it on in one direction. I'm just making a nice short one, maybe a ½ inch long. And then I'm just going to start wrapping. And I'm going to start wrapping about 2 hook eyes back from the hook eye itself. And I'm going to create a nice little bulbous thorax here. You can already tell I've got a little bit too much on there.
The question about shipping to the USA, Colin, are you here? I'm telling you, brother.
Yeah.
He
Gotta
is.
get that sorted.
He is. Oh, looks like we got somebody spamming us here.
Spamming
We
us.
will delete Muhammad Good with the.
Oh yes. He's a spiritual helper from Ghana, though. Maybe somebody will WhatsApp him.
Yes.
Okay, guys. So all I did was create a very, very subtle, little bit of a bulbous thorax at the top.
Bulbous.
Bulbous. I like that word.
Did you just put a sex organ on that
Yeah.
worm?
It behooves you to use the appropriate size
Yes,
of
bulbous.
bulbous thorax. So what I've done there is just created that. I'm not going crazy on it. All we need is to see a change in profile from the body itself to the thorax. We're good. That's where the wings are going to eventually emerge out of, so it's going to be a little bit bigger on the body than the tail. So once we got that done, guys, we are going to go ahead and whip finish.
Do you like straight or serrated blades for cutting your hair?
Straight, oh, I prefer serrated. Yeah, that's it. That's great. So these guys here, these are, they call it micro serrated. So if you were to actually look at the inside of this here, it looks like this is a straight edge, but when you run your finger down it, you can feel the serration. And that's my favorite when it comes to cutting deer hair, or any hair for that matter. Just because it really does cut evenly, and it's like every serration is grabbing a cutting. It's not, your scissors aren't slipping away from the material. But yeah, these ones are, I think they call these a carbide edge, and then they are serrated. So
Okay, so Sin with a Grin said, when would you use this fly on what water bodies? So the midge is probably one of the most, is prolific the right word, or common?
Yeah.
And they typically hatch all year. So fish see them all year. When they are probably keyed in on the most is the winter months, because the other bugs are kind of seasonal. So it's what they see, and this kind of fly right here would probably be really good in Colorado, given that the fish love the small ones. Up here, this is small. We wouldn't really need to use it. But it's, so midge.
We talked about this today quite a bit, actually. We were talking about, like, again, basically the question you've asked, but when do we use this, and why could it be applicable? And sometimes we have what we're going to call a hard day, where in a hatch, or we're late in the hatch, or we just can't get a fish to eat that we're sighting, and for whatever reason, if you can put on a small zebra midge or a black beauty midge, or even what's the one we tied a couple weeks ago with disco? Not disco midge.
No, the Manhattan midge.
Manhattan midge, that one. Manhattan midge especially I've used a lot, but it's just fishing it, especially in like our mountain rivers, and just putting it as a dropper. It's super deadly, and for whatever reason, when nothing else seems to work, it's like, I don't know why we say a last resort, besides the fact that it is harder to land a fish on such a small fly.
But you know when it's the hardest to land a fish?
When's that?
When you don't catch a fish. So
I was gonna say when your buddy doesn't bring his net, but either
I never bring. You're gonna learn.
I carry my child, I carry a bag, and I carry his net.
Yeah, that's a good friend. You guys got to get good friends. So the idea behind this is that people often say, like Tim said, it's hard to land a fish, and people are like, oh, I don't want to risk it going. But hey, if you don't catch the fish, so if you're not going small enough to catch the fish, you never have the opportunity, right? Case in point. We talked about this today.
Yeah.
The reason most people aren't successful is because the opportunity is sitting right in front of their face, and they don't seize it.
Yeah, you got to seize it and take the chance. And at the word, like, especially if you're fishing a fly like this barbless, let's say you do hook a fish and it breaks you off, because normally you're going to be on at least 5x tippet on, this is a size 18. That hook's going to be rotten and falling out in no time. You're not harming that fish, so not a big worry.
I think we lost all of our audience because Muhammad Good put up his spiritual helper, and now Cam's going for help.
Need help, Muhammad.
Cody
could use the spiritual help catching some fish.
Scott. Oh, who would have thought? We didn't plan that, but it happened, and it was really good. Yeah, so Mark won the Dr. Slick pack of scissors and tools, and it's a game changer. So the shore scissors are incredible. There's other fantastic scissors.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen a scissor as sharp as these. I have not used them all.
I've tied on a lot of scissors at this point. I would say the closest to this that I have experienced is probably either the Loon or the Andromeda scissors. But to be honest, guys, I think a lot of them come from the same place. But Dana's right. There's something about these ones that I've just fallen in love with. I can't use anything else now. So it's, yeah.
So quick question. If you've gone to the website and ordered something and it doesn't go through, it's because your credit card company will have flagged it. So you've got to contact them. This has happened before. So that is why. It's nothing to do with your credit card or the website. It's just sometimes if you're American buying from a Canadian site and the American credit cards are like, what would you buy from the Canadians? So check that out because they do work.
Hey, I just saw Wes is in the house. I haven't seen Wes in a while.
Yeah,
Wes
he was here last week.
No way, Wes. Oh, nice. Well,
his flies eat midges. Yes. Okay, so midges all the time, and when the trout are finicky and the water's crystal clear.
Huh. That's cool what Corey said. Size 18 for an 18-inch. Used to be a tournament on the bow, or 20 for 20.
Yeah, we used to do 20 for 20.
That's crazy.
Well, I speak like
you were
that was a thing. Like,
that was a thing.
Yeah. Size 24 for a 24-inch fish.
Whew,
I try to go for size 2 for a 40-inch fish. It's called a pike.
Uh-huh.
I don't even use size 2. I use size 12 for a 40-inch pike.
Yeah, you do.
know that.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I tie all these nice flies.
How's your drink? You need more?
No, I'm good actually. Actually, I could use a beer. Not that one though. Or that one. I'll do some people skills. I need to work on that. Thank you.
Oh, Tim and Tim show.
Yes, sir.
That is the people skills.
People skills. Okay, guys, we are virtually done this fly. Let's whip finish before we all get too bored of this one. Let's say whip finish. We've talked about this a million times, but let's talk about it again. So, coming into my thread, I'm going to stab with my hook end. I'm going to wrap around my butt end. And as I pull tension on my bobbin, it causes it to spin. And as I keep spinning, I get my 4. Once I have my 4, it's simple. I slide it to my hook, go around 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why the shape is 4, so you know to go 4 times.
Oh,
Just like
look
that, guys. We're going to snip out that thread.
That's good.
And guys, these flies are crazy quick once you get a whole bunch of hooks stacked up. Easily to kind of vary on this one, you can put a bead on it if you want some weight to get it down a little farther. But probably you're going to fish it on a nymph rig where it's already going to be pulled down by something else. Or if you're fishing as a dropper, maybe you don't want it super deep. Either way, put a bead on it. It'll change the game. And then if you put a black bead on it, you wouldn't need to put this thorax on it. So kind of a way to switch it out. But that is your Black Beauty Midge. That's your first one, guys.
Black
Done.
Beauty Midge. Beautiful. Beautiful. I thought you were going to show everyone my...
Oh yeah,
My-
I'll find yours.
My red dead, set dead red.
So we got to talk about
Pick the
something
best
real quick
one
here.
because that black resin is not my favorite. it's probably still wet.
So let's chat something that's super cool for me, guys. This is like my not a moment of pride here because I'm not a. I am
You
not
should
a
be
proper
you should
person.
be happy and proud.
But I am super proud of the guy to my left here because something has changed since I tried to introduce Norvice into his life.
Is this guy he's talking about?
If you kids are wondering, not the other me, is every time I'm on the phone to Dana, he's
Yeah.
on the Vice Time flies.
Cranking flies.
And that's something like I have, as long as I've known Dana, he hasn't really tied flies because he hasn't enjoyed it. You know, it was the vise wasn't right, the scissors weren't right, the whatever. And something's come together for this guy this year, but he might out-tie me on the amount of flies
That's
he ties,
a good
and
point.
that's not good for my ego.
Well, what it is, folks, is that it is the Norvice.
It's changed the
like
game
that's
for him.
not even a shameless plug, but that's truth. But here's the midge I saw on the Instagram, and I thought, how can I tie this? And so I did. And I don't know if any of you, I don't even know what it's called. But basically, you
Looks
can
really
show them the
good.
wires. I just took 3 strands of wires, stuck it in the Norvice, and spun it.
Yeah.
I tried braiding it, which is what you see at the top, and then the one end is just spun, and then you just tie some thread, and I put some black Solarez, which does not work.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, if it's the light or what, but it doesn't seem to cure very well.
Yeah.
But that is, I mean, guys, if you've actually seen a midge, I mean, you don't get much more realistic than that.
Yeah,
That's-
one or bloodworms like
Yeah, bloodworm. Dang.
you can throat sample fish right now, and that you'll see this all day long coming out of them. So
Yeah.
yeah, let me know. Have you tried this? It's I'm excited to try it out. Never. It's too small.
Stick the side out for
Stick the red on both sides for a wicked word.
For a wicked word.
Willie's Pip. Steve Yates said it's a Willie's Pip.
Willie's Pip.
Maybe it is.
Oh, I gotta Google
Maybe
this.
it is.
Google the Willie's
Super
Pip.
interested in this.
Because I've never heard of this until you showed me.
So Bruce, these are not the small jaws, but there is small jaws. I'm not sure if you commented that on these, but this is the shank jaws.
Yeah, so this is actually, you know what? This is what's crazy, guys. Is they didn't design them for this purpose, I don't think. But they're the exact same size. Truly, they're the exact same
Taper and everything.
taper. The only difference is, so this is the one above it. This is the midge jaw, what they call a midge jaw. Now it sits on, see if I can show you this. It sits on this kind of angle, which, in my opinion, I've never loved because you got to have everything tightened and perfect in the right angle so that it sits at the right place. And
So
I
it's on
agree.
center.
I agree that this shank is sitting flat. So in theory, I can't get as far into the bend, but you're looking at a midge right now in the vise, and you can
Size
get as
16,
far as
18
you
-ish.
want into that bend. The difference with this guy, though, is the added bonus is, I'll show you here real quick. But on the inside, if you can see, I don't know, I'll turn it right there. You can see there's a line going into the middle of the jaw. Now what that's designed for, you can see it on the top too, is that's designed for a shank. So they're calling this their shank jaw.
That's funny because we're going to do a shank
We
fly.
might just do a shank jaw fly later. So we got a, I think it's our very last week actually, isn't it? We got a game changer.
We also have something to talk about with the flies.
Oh yes, we do.
But I don't know. I can't find the other sheet. We're on episode 14.
I'm positive this is the last episode we got.
Yeah,
we
we're
got
doing
a
game
game
changer.
changer. So it's a fun streamer, guys, and we're gonna tie it with a whole bunch of added shanks. So this jaw is designed to hold a shank. Because if you've ever put a shank in another vise, it's not perfect. I actually haven't, to be honest, stuck a shank in this one yet, but from what I understand,
But
holds
it
very
could be
well.
perfect.
Could be.
We don't know yet.
What I do know it's perfect for is everything else.
Everything else. It is. That's much better than $20 a dozen live bloodworms I get. So someone asked, how many flies do we tie in a year? I don't know. I think the idea is what we call guide flies, and some people don't know what that means, but this Black Beauty Midge is a guide fly. You can crank them out. When you start getting into like stimulators and stuff, like it's a lot of work. So buy them.
Stimmy's probably still a guide fly.
Buy them. Foam, buy the foam.
And I don't know. We'll agree to disagree. The thing is if you have the time to tie, I do like to try to tie as much of everything as I can. For instance, we have a guide fly that's a worm pattern. I tied 5.5 dozen in a couple hours the other day. And
That's the magic.
That's the magic, because now I don't have to tie any more of those for my entire season. Plus I can give them some to Dana, some to our other guides, and I'll have lots. There's just certain flies that are simple to tie, but he's right. If you get into
They're
dry
effective.
flies,
Like honestly, these fancy flies that everybody ties, like half the time, most of the time, we're not using them. But
how often do you fish a super fancy streamer? The
Creelix,
number one streamer we fish is a Creelix, and it is a clouser
2-second
with flash.
fly. Yeah,
It's not.
it's super easy. So, if you love tying and you just want to have and you have time and you want to sit down and crank a bunch out, I personally just tie what I call guide flies, and the ones I need to fill up the box. And then I like to order foam from either your local fly shop. Probably that's where you guys would get it. So that is the Black Beauty Midge. So what we need to do first, because we're gonna look at this.
Ooh.
I don't know if that'll focus.
Is that a 4-weight?
That's probably for like a
3 or 4.
3-weight. Okay, that is the BVK reel that we're giving away today, folks, from Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. So this is a $200 reel. Comes with a case.
Will probably be shipped in the case and not the box.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how we can affordably do this. For everybody who has pre-ordered the sun shirts, that is awesome. A lot of guys have, and just in case you missed that, you can pre-order the sun shirts, and this is one of them. This is another version of the sun shirt, so you can pre-order those. And then this is the third one that you can order. So all of them are on there on the website, so feel free to pre-order. This is a pre-sale, a pre-order. And so Monday morning, this order goes in. So about 4 weeks to turn around, because these are all custom made. These aren't sat somewhere and somebody's just doing it in their basement. All these garments with the style on them, they get built, they get put together, because they're 100% custom for how we wanted the design to go. So we're super excited for
picky.
that.
We're picky when it comes to gear, aren't we?
Probably too picky.
Yeah, that's a fact, actually.
So yeah, we're just checking in.
Looks like there's a lot of people with 3-weight rods looking for a 3-weight reel.
So that's your reel. So
yeah.
So let's do this. Let's go say hi to our sponsors. We're gonna come back, and then we're gonna jump into some bingo. We're gonna get one round of bingo down for that reel. So if you didn't get a bingo card, folks,
go grab one.
Hurry up, quick, do it. It's right there. I'm gonna remove this quickly. Thursday Night Live. Blah blah blah. Tim's gonna eat some M&Ms. And I know you guys are glad that the start of the show isn't really how the show took place, because you didn't want just Tim and Tim. But hold tight. Let's say thanks to our sponsors.
With the amount of time we spend in front of our vices, don't you think you deserve a pair of scissors that can make the cut?
lot of great rotary vices on the market, but only the Norvice spins the hook. It's for this reason that it's been said the Norvice is the most innovative fly tying system on the market.
We all deserve the right to stay organized, no matter what or where your space is. Your Flykia table will turn any space into a well-organized fly tying realm. Own your domain.
Checking if we're muted. We're not. So the other thing that's really fascinating about this is
Ooh,
the
haven't seen that in a
baking
while.
cam. And you notice that mini egg is still sitting there
For now.
but I guarantee you folks, at the end of the show, you're going to see that thing go deep inside the beard. Ish.
Into the
It goes
fly.
everywhere. Steve, we're going fishing. Jen Lyle's coming fishing.
Yeah, where
tomorrow.
is he? I haven't seen much coming out of him
Yeah,
today.
well, probably took a brownie.
He hasn't
and,
even asked me to take my shirt off
pieced
yet
out.
today.
Yeah, well, I almost had no shirt on
Yeah,
to start.
that's true. That's
So-
true. You need a
Okay.
beer? That sounds empty.
No, this one's not empty.
Uh-huh.
So what we need to do is go over here. Oh, I gotta get the other phone out. So Tim, why don't you tell the? I should have done
Come
this
up with
one.
a joke, of course. Why
Yeah,
not?
should've
Because I
done
don't
this
tell
when
jokes.
we
It's
went
nothing
to,
that I
so
have. Yeah,
what
yeah,
can
yeah.
you tell people?
Oh, well,
Guide
what we're
school? Talk about guide
yeah,
school.
let's talk about guide school actually. So guys, we have our first course coming up, rapidly approaching. So we're gonna do the last 2 weekends of April is our first session of guide school. Now what's guide school? It's 6 days of basically helping anyone who's prospectively in the guide field or needs or wants to learn how to row their boat, or maybe just wants to know how to better exist on the water, or for that matter, just wants 6 days to hang out with a bunch of cool people and do some fishing and learn a lot. And so we do still have, I believe, a couple spots available. I think we're pretty much filled up, but I think we do have a couple spots available still.
do, couple.
If that's something that you're interested in, reach out to us at flyfishingboatriver/info. How is that? What's your email?
Info at
Info
flyfishingbowriver.com.
Yes. So if you reach out through that email, we can talk a little bit more about it with you. Really, the best thing to do is have a conversation on the phone, because it might be the right fit for you. If it's not, we want you to not waste your money. If it's something that you don't think you would appreciate or want. But I think for most people, if you're interested in it, it's probably the right thing for you. And we got an amazing crew that's already in it. A couple of our viewers from from Thursday Night Live are in the first class. So we're very excited about that. We do have a second class that's going to go in September. And the thing we do a little differently with that one is instead of doing 2 3-day weekends, we go for 6 days straight. The reasoning, and hopefully our borders open and we can offer this to our American friends as well, so they can get up here and take the course with us. But the thing is, this first one's kind of designed for locals so that they can, 2 3-day weekends where they can maybe just get off work for a few days and then come join us, and it's not too much hassle to get time off work and such. But that second one is designed for people to travel, and we have had people travel from quite a ways inside Canada, but fingers crossed that border opens and we can also offer it to you guys in the States. So if you got any questions, just don't hesitate to reach out and we'll fill you in on some info.
And honestly, there's a bunch of people in here who've taken guide school. They're
That's very
going
true,
to
yeah.
take guide school. They've commented. Reach out to them. They could share their experiences. They're not paid to say what they say.
Nope.
Shaylin, welcome. Aaron Justin made it finally.
Hey, Shay.
Steve, we do have a couple spots left. 100%. 2, sort of. So.
Oh, Wes, yeah, you got a new hide, buddy. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah,
Have you
that
seen
thing
his
is
dry?
rocking. Yeah.
That's a
I
camo
saw
job.
that. Yeah.
You can go duck hunting in that in September.
Yeah. So yeah, we're 28 days. Chaz is in the house. We're ready for April, man. Whatever the weather brings, we'll be ready for. Truly, a lot of people that take guide school, they're not even wanting to guide. They're just wanting to get better on the water. They're wanting to get better fishing. They're wanting to meet some awesome people. And I think it was last year in the first class, someone that we're on the day floating and fishing. They're like, this doesn't even this just feels like I'm just hanging out with like a bunch of buddies going on a fishing trip. So yeah, so there's guide school. Give us a shout if you're interested. Phone calls are free. There's no obligation. And Ben's on the fence. I'm about to push him off.
Ben, why are you on the fence, man? I'm curious.
Well, that's Ben.
Ben,
Until he's probably not signing up until he gets his.
Is it a pointy fence? Because that hurts to sit on
he's
for too
probably
long.
till he gets his giveaway. So bingo, get out your bingo
Until he gets
cards.
his giveaway.
Give out your bingo cards, and I gotta figure out which camera this is.
This is the best part of the show, folks.
Yes, when nothing works.
Historically speaking, this is where struggles happen, but
This
it's okay.
is where struggles happen, but usually right in the middle here is when,
Usually.
for some reason, my phone stopped broadcasting.
At
Get
least-
out your bingo cards, and
no.
let's do this.
How are your
Move
IV
this over
skills?
here. Let's move this. How's my what?
Your IV skills. It's been a while, isn't it?
Oh,
I got a feeling that I might need them tonight.
I can crank them out.
All right.
No worries there, Tim. I got you covered. Okay, so where are we at? Okay, so everybody's got out their bingo cards. Yeah, look at that. Something's working. And what we're going to do is call sequence 4. So what we're looking for tonight, folks, is the bottom line. You need the bottom line. The bottom line. And keep your cards and don't unclick them after this, because we're going to keep adding to that bingo card. So you're going not four corners, the bottom line. Corey wants always four corners, but tonight is the bottom line. The bottom line, let's start calling some. Shore fishing, the fish missed it, bull trout, and spank the bank. How many
Spank the bank.
how many is on the bottom? 5?
Oh man, I don't know.
Somebody answer me this question. We just threw Corey off, and
What?
I had the
Curveball.
bottom lint for like 2 weeks. Curveball, there we go. The bottom line, folks. We're looking for the bottom
Markets are
line.
ready.
Hoodie ordered. Tavis, you're awesome. Super cool. I got my IV start recert. I'll help you. I haven't been recerted for about 20 years, but
I'm nervous for Dana.
I've given my dog probably 300 shots over the. Oh, looks like our phone turned off. So
Perfect.
when that happened is usually when things go down. So.
So there's 5 on the bottom, is what it looks
So
like.
5 on the bottom. Okay, well that's good to know, because what I can't do is let my phone go to sleep, because when I do, that's when things fall apart. There we go.
There we go.
Spank the bank. Next call is LDR. Folks, that is a long distance release.
Long
We're looking
distance
for the
release.
bottom line. Jim's got 4 corners. Not true. Jim lies. Jim is a fisherman. Holy crap. Whoa, somebody got bingo? No, Cam, that Jim is not true. 5. Shirt and stickers order.
Ah,
Send with
thanks,
a grin. Awesome stuff.
Thanks, guys. That's killer.
Norvice. For the 7th call, it is Norvice. We need
Norvice.
all bottom, 5 on the bottom, 5 on the bottom to win your bingo. You're getting this $200 2 to 3 weight, 4 weight, click and paw reel from TFO, sponsored by our friends at the Rocky Mountain Fly Shop.
Mountain
What's
Fly Shop.
blurry?
So
I don't
blurry.
know. I don't
Can
know
you
what's
repeat?
blurry. Set the hook. Set the hook. Set the hook. Doesn't look blurry to us, folks.
So, little repeat here, guys. We got shore fishing, the fish missed it, bull trout, spank the bank, LDR, set, and Norvice. So keep up on them, guys. We're looking for the whole bottom line to be covered.
2 for 3. My internet is blurry. Well, that might be the beers.
It might be the goggles you're wearing.
2 for 5. Okay, we're up to let him run, let him run, let him run.
Let him run.
Let her, let him. We don't know. We don't even know.
We don't know till we know.
Matt, it's 5 bottom. It's the bottom line.
Everybody's gonna have 4
Yeah.
corners now.
Ben-
0 for Ben.
Well, Ben,
He's
you
never
get off.
coming to
You
guide
get
school.
off the fence. You get off the fence, and this bingo's coming your way. Okay, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, who donated.
A lot tonight, actually.
Yeah.
Tying on the jaws they
Tying on the
did.
Jaws
and
they donated. This TFO reel they donated. Crap, got 4 corners. Look at all the people who would have
crazy.
been winning.
It takes like 50 calls
Yeah.
to get 4 corners.
Do not lean. Do not lean.
What does that mean, Dana?
Well, that means what we're going to do to Jen Lyle when
Yeah.
she rows
We
tomorrow.
heard about Captain Morgan.
Okay. Hey, it's the Captain Morgan. 0 for 5. Alec, you are killing it.
0 for 11?
It was just the bottom. It was just the bottom.
Just the bottom.
That's what they always say. Sometimes I say that too.
Still
But
shooting
Cody
me.
Bingo, where's Cody? Cody. Yes, couldn't go to a better person, more deserving than Cody. So Cody, send us your bingo ID, card ID, so we can put it in. Steve Yates, I have the wrong card. Well, you
I
could.
might have.
If there's numbers on your card, it goes back to your local bingo parlor. And Cody, send us your bingo ID card. And what? It's already 8:10. Like, how does time fly so?
It happens every time.
I know.
That's how we get to 9:30.
Okay, where's Cody? Cody. Did he send us? Oh, 073. Hang on, let's put this in here. 073.
That's a no 0. There you go.
I don't know if it matters, but. Oh, yeah. Look at
There it
that.
is.
5 on the bottom. Look at that. We've got a winner.
Winner.
Cody, so keep your cards close by. Do not delete what you've just added because we're going
keep
to
going.
add to those.
So Cody, we need you to reach out to us so we know where to send everything. So reach out at info@flyfishingbowriver.com.
TNL at flyfishingbowriver.com.
I'm screwing up.
I'm trying
You know
to.
what? You keep screwing me up.
I know. Hey, do my eyes look about 15 years younger because I did a little mask before the show?
I don't know.
Okay,
It's still
good job,
deceiving.
Cody. Card ID 11. So Bruce, bingo. Bruce said, Bruce, bingo on the bottom row. So we could have a discretion. Just because he came a little late to the party. So it was just the bottom, let him run, LDR, set the hook, and shore fishing. So it was just the bottom. And then what was Cody's number?
073.
Spank the bank, the fish missed it, bull trout, Norvice, Rocky Mountain Fly Shop. So he won it before. He won it on number 10.
Put it on 10.
Yeah, so the weird part is that Bruce does win a prize because he is the second winner if we were to keep calling.
That's true.
And all is fair in love and war and bingo. Bruce Mathis, you are going to win the next prize, which is from our friends at Shore Fishing. And I'm going to show you what you won. Okay, so hang on to your cards, folks. Actually, that's it for bingo because the third giveaway is always a different game, and that is for the Sun Hoodie shirt that is on pre-sale. But this is a special edition one that you can't get. So, Bruce, you are a winner, and this is awesome
Yeah,
because
congrats, Bruce.
you're winning the Shore Scissors. Let's get out of this camera.
The deadly
Okay.
scissors, the good ones.
The bingo cards. Let's take them off the screen. You're getting the Shore
The shore scissors.
Shore Scissors. You're getting stickers from Shore. You're getting from us at Fly Fishing Bow River Outfitters. You're getting keychains that are Fly Fishing Bow River keychains. You're getting Thursday Night Live. I'm getting both these keychains, which are not for sale. They're only for giveaways. And Bruce, you're getting one of these, which is these, and me and you can look alike.
What do you call that hat?
It's the rally cap.
The rally cap.
Yeah, after you embarrassed me at the start of the show, caught me with my pants around my ankles. So
I don't
Bruce,
think it was called pants around your ankles.
they were
I think
not
it
pants.
was a little
There,
bit of
that's
this.
my shower cap. Is a hot water bottle.
What is this?
Woohoo!
who would
It's
actually
Luigi.
wear this, though?
It's
Like-
Luigi. I do. It's for my beard. Love Warren Bingo. All is fair. Bruce Mathis, you are the winner. So the other Bruce. There's a lot of Bruces in here.
There's a lot of Bruces.
So, yes, there it is. We have Cody winning the reel, and we got Bruce Mathis winning the Shore package, all the stuff inside. Send an email, tnl@flyfishingbowriver.com. And then we've got one more giveaway, folks. You know that comes at the end, and it is for the Sun Hoodie. And if you are just joining us, You can pre-order these sun hoodies. They are on our website. There's version 1, love people catch. I was like, fish catch people.
You can do this.
The next one is this. That's probably my
Berry,
favorite.
Yeah, it's deadly.
Love that one. That's a berry on the back. And then this one here is, it's also one of my, all three are my favorites.
No,
So
it's hard to choose.
you can pre-order those sun shirts in about 4 to 6 weeks where they'll come here. We ship them out. And remember, the shirts get taken off on Monday because we've got to put in the order. And so that's that. So there, congrats guys, Bruce, Cody.
Awesome, Gunner. Looks like he might order one too. Hardly wait to get it in the mail.
Yes.
The shirts are going to be deadly. And the best part is you get to, like, seriously, guys, when you get them, you got to take some pictures of yourselves in them so we can see you wearing them, repping your local water. Because that's pretty cool
That's
for
the
us.
coolest part is seeing you guys. So remember, folks, we've got something to announce right now for everybody that's still here. Watch it Monday, and I'm off. I'm on Instagram at Augie on the Caney. Everybody follow Eric Augustin. If you get to Middle Tennessee, we can go beat the water to a froth.
That would be awesome.
That is Mr. Cam Tangles is your man.
Yeah.
Ordered. Great. Thank you guys so much. This is so exciting. We're gonna get all these in there.
Awesome.
Tam wants to know if Sposers. I'm not sure. Colin's back from a long working hiatus.
Yeah,
and,
got to see him today. That was pretty cool. It's been months since he's been home. So
we had a good hangout.
yeah.
Love fish catch people. Yes, well, that's true too. So, okay, so next Thursday, folks, we got one more fly.
We do have one more fly, yeah.
Let's get to that fly.
Why don't we do that?
Let's get to that fly, and then
To put away your fancy flies.
we'll come out. We thought we wouldn't have enough things to do tonight.
Yeah, right. It always ends up being that we do.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's get this fly started, folks. What do you need?
So what we're going to use for the second fly here, guys, is we're going to use the same. I'm going to use the same identical thread. So you go ahead and use a black or a brown. Even a white would be just fine because we're going to put a little bit of color on this with some white flash. This is our crystal larva. Now, what are we imitating here? I like to think that this fly kind of falls into the category of the LaFontaine Caddis pupa and Caddis emerger. Now, it's going to fall somewhere in between those two. I wouldn't say it's as much of a merger. It's probably more, we're going to go more of a nymph than an emerger, but this is a caddis imitation. And it's a little bit of a flashy one, but it has shown that it does work, and it's probably a good one to have in your box when maybe the fish are definitely keyed in on some caddis, but you can't quite get them up on top. Maybe running this underneath a bigger caddis fly as a dropper, or maybe even in a feeding, when they're feeding a lot on caddis, you might even put it under a hopper to hold it up as an indicator. So what this fly looks like, guys, I'll pull this one up and stick it into the vise for you. So we're using kind of an interesting material on this guy. We're using this is a cactus chenille, but it's a very small one. And we're using it in brown crystal as the color. You can see it there. And what we're gonna do is, it's actually a very simple tie. We're gonna tie this in and bring it up. We're gonna put a little bit of this flash material up at the top. And we're gonna put just a little bit of, we're gonna use some pheasant tail just to create the legs on the underside. But it's really, this is the epitome of a guide fly. It's tied very quickly. It's not a complicated one, and it's gonna fish well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open up that last package that we have for you there. This hook that we're tying on tonight, we're gonna be tying on a little bit bigger hook. This is gonna be probably about, I believe this one's a size 14. So it's this is a very kind of a standard sized fly when it comes to a nymph for a dry. 14 is quite common. Again, I'm going to tie this one on an emerger style fly. Not that it needs to be on an emerger style fly, but it just, I think it adds to the appearance of it. And it is a caddis emerger, so we're going to kind of stick to that. So I'm going to go ahead and take, that's a little mistake on my point. I need to put my bead on first. So you'll see in your package you have a little bit of a black bead. Remembering that the smaller hole is what you're going to put the hook through. If I can find it there. There we go. We're going to slide this on the hook, and we'll get it back secured in the vise. I'm seriously digging these jaws. They are awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my thread started behind the bead. Oh, I'm gonna tighten that up a little bit. That moved on me. There we go. So I like that as you see what happened there, guys. If you put it in, you think it's tight, but it's not, just go ahead and you can hear that little bit of a tink. If you can't do that with your finger, if it moves, then you need to tighten up your jaws of your vise. So I'm gonna start my thread just behind the eye, and I'm gonna work it back into the bend of this fly. I'm gonna work it back up. Got it around my hook there. Just to lay a nice thread base down. It's important to do this because this cactus chenille is quite slippery. So if we don't lay down a nice thread base.
Any recommendations for a substitute on the cactus chenille?
Yeah, guys.
You could
Totally.
dub a loop.
Yeah, you could dub.
Yeah.
You could even just use you could even
Noodle.
just put a dubbing noodle and use a brown. The reason we're using the cactus chenille is because it has a little bit of a flash. So not even a flash, but if you look at this stuff, on one side of it, it's brown, but it's got that little bit of reflective material in it. And we're just going for exactly that. That's why we call it the sparkle pupa.
Is the bead tungsten?
Is the bead, not on this one. This is a brass one. Tungsten, guys, the argument of tungsten to brass, that is a big one. But really, all you need to think of is how deep do I want this fly to be? Tungsten, I'm not gonna say it's a waste. It's twice as expensive for a tungsten bead of any kind. Why is it used? When I think of tungsten, I think especially of Euro nymphers. They use tungsten because most of their flies, they're using them to get to the bottom, a fly above that, and they're really trying to get as deep as possible, as quickly as possible. Me personally, I don't waste my money on tungsten because I just don't see the overall value of it. Because if I'm fishing this as a dropper, that brass bead is easily gonna pull it to the tension of 18 inches below my dry fly. And if I'm fishing it on a nymph rig, I've probably got something else heavier above it that's dragging it down there anyways. So tie some in both, but in my opinion, I'm not gonna use the tungsten. So
The idea is like, are you fishing big, heavy water?
yeah,
Where are you fishing?
How quick is the water moving?
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, look, Jen Lau's back.
Oh, hey Jen, what's up? Okay, so I'm gonna just take my thread back just about halfway down the fly, and this is where I'm gonna tie in this cactus chenille material. Okay, now I believe if you're at there's quite a few different companies that make this stuff, but this specific one, we're just looking. You're probably gonna see it's gonna be a small or a size small medium that you're using when it comes to the cactus chenille. It's not gonna. You got to be pretty small in this. Otherwise, if you only had bigger stuff, you could trim it with scissors, but that kind of just adds a little bit extra work to it. So I'm gonna lay it.
Sun shirts shipped to the US of A. Just
You better believe they do.
a side note.
Just a side note, they do. I'm gonna take a gathering wrap, guys. I'm gonna gather up that material, and I'm gonna take it back just into the edge of that bend, not too far down into it, just into the edge of it. And I'm gonna run my thread up and down, just making sure I have that nice and secure, because like I said, this stuff is pretty slippery and it likes to kind of move around on the hook shank itself. Once I have it to that point, I'm gonna put a little half hitch in it.
Piece of crystal flash in the dubbing loop, or is it too much flash?
No, I don't think so.
Tie some with.
Yeah. We've talked about this last week, I think it was. We really can't quantify that information. I like the cactus chenille because it has all these fingers of material coming off of it, and that's gonna give it a bit of a buggy appearance. But you could gain that same stuff with using a dubbing that has some flash in it. So it's really, we're just gonna show you the way that we do it because that's the fly that we like, okay? So as I go to start wrapping it forward, I'm gonna stack the wraps right on top of each other, but I'm gonna come around, and once I've done my first full all the way around, I'm gonna grab those little pieces and I'm gonna pull them rearward so they stack up one on top of each other, because I do want this to look pretty full and bulky as they move forward, okay? So I'm gonna pull them rearward. We'll say stroke them rearward. We're just trying to keep them so that all those materials head back and that you're not wrapping on top of the materials and trapping them as we go. And now we will do this with lots of stuff we tie different flies and we use, let's say, like flapping or something.
Roman Quintana, guess who's got 2 thumbs and get in a sun shirt?
Ooh.
This guy.
I think it's that guy.
Finally, he's like, finally, you guys will ship something to the US of A. How's those
Just for you,
M&Ms?
buddy.
I'm over here hungry.
Oh, what did you even make me do?
Tim, it's under pressure.
Oh,
Under
man.
pressure.
This is not good. So I just got this tag end of thread out here that's not attached to anything at all, as you can see.
Oh, thanks for
So
the
I'm
M&Ms.
gonna hand tie this in here once I finish going all the way up. So I'm gonna take
how
this.
will you hand tie
I
that
don't know. I'm gonna figure that out here in a moment.
Nom nom nom.
I'm gonna take it right up to the bead, guys. And now hopefully your thread's still attached to a bobbin, as mine is not. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna secure that material down. This is just a mess. So once I have that nice and secure, you don't need to do this part, but I'm gonna go whip finish before I lose enough thread here. I'm just gonna whip finish so I can retie in my thread, guys, because Dana caused me to break my thread off. So I'm gonna go ahead and snip that out. I'll get that out of the way, and I'm gonna find my bobbin. It's literally on the floor somewhere, and I will reload my bobbin.
It's right there by my eye mask.
Oh, your eye mask.
My
Yeah,
eye
yeah.
mask things.
What? I thought it was. Oh yeah, your black little your bags of your eyes thing.
I feel good. I feel like I think I feel younger. I'm not sure if I look it.
Yeah, I think that the looking part didn't work, but the feeling probably did. Yeah.
What? No, that's the first thing is I actually felt younger, and then I looked in the mirror, which is the camera.
Yeah.
I look younger.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Cam will personally deliver shirts to the USA. He likes to quarantine.
Oh.
Mike McKenna ordered a sun shirt. We need to have like a graphic.
We need like
Folks, soon. There's some really cool things happening here on the behind the scenes, and we are ready to crank up the quality of production.
Yeah, we are
Soon.
soon.
We're gonna have a new release here, and I can do stuff like, like we're gonna green screen you and have you like dancing over there.
That sounds pretty good to me.
Say really, you guys haven't been commenting on my background music. Like, I got ripped on so hard last year.
You only look 25 years older than Tim.
Well, Tim's 3, so I'm 28.
That's not true. You're what?
Got the
40.
Got the body of a 3-year-old.
What are you talking about? I'm small-ish.
Jim.
I'm medium-sized.
Remember we thought Jim was 83?
I
Remember
know.
you said that to me?
Yeah,
You're like,
I said,
is
there's
Jim 83 or 84? And I'm like, I think he's in his mid-60s.
No, but I said he looked really good for 83.
Yeah, and I said he looks good for 97. Pound sand, Jim.
Sucker. Oh, man. We love you, Jim. We really do.
Chad said he can't hear the background music. Well,
You need to rectify that, because it is
Chaz,
actually not terrible.
I have a button here that's called volume.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, let's wrap this up. Before I completely lose focus on what I'm doing.
That's because you've had a couple
It
beers.
turns out that
beers,
if you mix
beers.
wine and beer, it
and M&Ms.
yeah, M&Ms. I think it's the M&Ms.
You guys should
Did you give me some pasta with the?
Oh,
There's no way that
I
just
did.
happened.
I did.
One throw and he's got M&Ms in my wine.
Yeah.
See, the trick is now I gotta drink it to the bottom.
And the funny thing is, I can't see it when I have no depth perception, but I nailed it.
That actually is serious. I hope that doesn't dissolve. That's gonna really change the flavor.
Hey, finish this fly.
Sorry.
The people came here for the fly.
No, they didn't. They came here for us.
Okay, well.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, so now that I got my thread back on, what I'm gonna do is in my kit, and hopefully if you're tying from a kit, you have it also. If not, that's just fine. We are using some pheasant tail here. So I'm looking to have about six pieces of pheasant tail. So you can see here, I've just stacked them up. I'm gonna even them up so they're together. And now what this is basically representing is the legs as they're going to emerge out of this pupa. Okay, crystal. Crystal, what are we calling this? Crystal
Pupa.
Crystal pupa, yeah.
Sparkle crystal pupa.
Sparkle
This pupa. It's
It's
called
a
this pupa.
Regardless, there are legs about to emerge, and that's what we're imitating here. So I'm gonna turn it upside down. And now I've taken that full little stack that I have, which is roughly 6. I'm gonna bring them back to the back edge of the hook bend. And I'm just, so you can see there, I have them basically back to the back. And I want them majorly for the majority on the bottom, is what I'm trying to say.
Cam said, this is, quote unquote, this is really going to change the flavor. Coming from a guy who takes an hour to drink a mug of wine. A mug of wine. Those are male
Yeah,
M&Ms.
an entire mug of wine.
Yeah.
So as you can see there, I have those underside pieces extending basically to the bend of the hook. Are these super visible? I don't know, but for us it makes us feel better because we tie this on our other pupas. We're gonna tie them in. So once I've secured those down, I'm gonna go ahead and snip it out. Make sure that those are secured.
Steven, it's not an early start tomorrow.
It's not an early start. The river by noonish. That's when it's supposed to be warm. Now we gave you this this little bit of dubbing, or I like to call this minnow back because I think that's what it is. It's a little bit longer fiber, so you can see if I pull it apart, it still stays pretty long. I'm just gonna take a very, very small pinch. We're not looking to create a huge collar here. We're just gonna use enough to get a little bit of color. So I'm gonna peel this
Just
down.
so you
even
guys
more.
know, if we get 120 shares, we're at 98.
I can't do it, man. I don't know if I can do it. But if you do it, I might. Okay.
We'll
for the
discuss
people,
it.
it'll
For
be
the
a
people.
discussion.
Do you guys notice Tim looks much better today? I'm trying to see. I think you do.
Yeah, I think
He
so.
worked hard on his lighting over the week. I do
Lighting
think
and-
here. Yeah, I think.
A little bit of HDMI output.
Yeah, we
instead
just
of,
changed a few
USB.
things, and
I think
so-
it looks pretty good.
I think you're good.
I can see my nice flush face, which means that I haven't had anything but water.
Okay, tie that fly, Tim.
Okay, so I'm gonna use or make a little bit of a dubbing noodle here again, and this one's gonna be super short. And it with these flash materials, it's kind of long fibers, so it kind of makes it a little tough to take off once you put it on. So don't put on too much. Okay, we just want to make enough of a collar. So I've spun it on. Enough of a collar to basically just show up. We're not trying to get super crazy with it. And if you feel like you got too much, just go ahead and try to pull some off. Like as you see there, it doesn't really want to come off, so I'll pull it off the thread and then I'll trim it out. I just want a little tinge of white, that little bit of crystal up at the head. And then I'm gonna take my whip finish tool, guys, as we talked about before. Stab, wrap, twist, get my number 4. And that 4 reminds me that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 wraps to do. Tip my butt off. Use that little hook we have on the top to direct where we come in for our final let go. Pull that tight. Trim out our thread. And get my thread out of the way over here. And now as you can see, if you got any errant fibers that are really kind of out on their own, just go ahead and trim them out. But just be careful that you don't trim out those, as you can see on the underside there, I have those legs, we're gonna call them, which is our pheasant tail fibers. We don't wanna lose those, okay? So leave it in there. And that, my friends, is the sparkle pupa. That is our
Is
count.
it Chris? I can't remember
think
what
it's
we call
sparkle.
it.
I'm pretty sure
it's
sparkle
that
pupa.
one.
We're gonna call this another guy.
It's a good
because
fly and
that's-
it fishes well.
That's all that matters.
And,
Sparkle pupa.
Change change the colors on your straggle
Yeah.
maggle.
This dark and then lighter. I prefer a little bit lighter tannish color, but caddis.
Sometimes I want to be in this scene too.
Yeah, I think you should be. Why not?
I know, because
Then we
I
just gonna
can,
put a little box up there with just you and me and the fly.
yeah, just like a floating green screen. Remember when we did that?
The green screen? Yeah,
Yeah. Dana's got to chug a mug too. Well, I will chug a.
Yes, thank you, Quinn, for sticking up for me.
So, is that Panic at the Disco or Dance Gavin Dana? Or Dance Gavin Dance Dana? I can't even speak this stuff.
Nice fly.
Oh, any
Thanks,
guide
Jack.
recommendations near the Quebec area? Bailou Bellant. He can help you.
Yeah, not
Contact the shore guys. They're from out east. Jacques Haru. So yeah, there's a bunch of guys that watch this that are from
Yeah, the east.
from the east, from Quebec. So Greg, I don't like talking in this weird land of
Yeah,
the
there you are.
Landia. There I am. There, guys.
I'm looking for you.
They do look. You notice this, right?
Yeah. They look more prominent, yeah.
Yeah. What?
I mean, better.
I think they look
Yeah.
fantastic. Yes, Mark ordered. I think we're at 27 pre-ordered shirts, so
That is
keep
killer,
ordering.
guys.
We put the order in Monday, folks. Just to go over that again, because we're not done, and we have a giveaway of something. Tim, put it up. What the giveaway is? You can pre-order these shirts in this style. Style number 1 is right here. Love people catch fish. This one that Tim's showing you is not for sale. It is a what do you call it? It is a
Prototype, maybe.
No,
Limited edition.
limited edition. The next one is this. Okay, these are an athletic fit. They are a beautiful sun shirt. And then the third style is this, and they're all on the website. And so if you pre-order them, we're putting the order in on Monday. We're also going to order some stock. So generically, there might be your size if you don't pre-order, but to pre-order gets you the size that you need and want. And that should show up in, I think the turnaround is about 4 weeks because they got to make each of those shirts. They don't just have stock. All those patterns that we got, those are all custom. That material's custom. The sewing, the stitching, all that stuff is super cool. So, so start a crowdfund and get me a facial and Tim a manicure.
Laura, know what's up.
Roger Beatty, what's happening? Hell of a lot of fun. Definitely be back. We would, I didn't even need my English Canadian translator. Well, we can supply that too if you want once in a while. But we're not done, guys, because we got some really cool things. So first thing here is Tippet Talk. Let's do some Tippet Talk.
Yeah.
And if you hand me some of that Tippet.
I'll give you a little tippet. I'm going to keep a little tippet. Oh, there you go.
Just the tip. Okay, so Tippet Talk. Here we go. Tippet Talk. I don't have anything pre-planned, but feel free. Look at Sven Diesel's here.
What's up, Sven? Haven't seen you in tonight.
Yeah, he's apparently...
Just didn't like us. I
Tippet
guess.
Talk, folks. Let's talk Tippet. Do you like mono, nylon, or floral? And why and where and when do you use each of those?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell me whatever you want, and I will listen to you. But I will just share a bit about this with you. So floral, what's so good about floral? Well, these are all apparent things. I've never taken them to a testing facility myself. This is just over what we call real world experience. So floral, I use it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, for a while I didn't use it, and because I didn't believe in it, and I am a big believer. So when do I use it? Does it sink faster? Fractionally, but it does. So nymph rigs, dropper rigs, I do love that. For streamers, I do love that. Probably beyond the hey Scott, so these shirts are regularly $100 and they're on sale tonight for $89. So if you don't get them tonight, Scott, you will never get them again. So Scott, we're telling you, if your wife's close by, she needs to say yes to the dress, shirt, sun shirt thing. So Scott, you better get in on this because after the show they're going up to $200. We thought about saying they're on sale, but I mean, hey, maybe they are, maybe they aren't. We don't know. We don't know what the retail cost will be, but the Ben Armstrong absolutely crushed it with the why I love floral because of the stretch, the limited stretch factor. So here's the thing. You got a 3-fly or a 2-fly nymph rig. You get hooked on the bottom or on a fish. The fish is jumping around, flopping, and you get them in the net, and then the flies release. Well, you get these curly-tailed mono blah, blah,
Messes.
blah, and it's a mess. Because the mono pulls, and then it stretches back, and it curls up on itself, and it's terrible, and I honestly, I used floral for one summer, and then the next year I thought, this is a waste. I went back to mono, and the first time nymphing, and that all happened to me, and I was over it.
Yeah.
Over it. But so this is Orvis. This is not a plug for any kind of specific. I love this. I do love the Orvis floral.
'Cause that's the thing we found even is there is a difference in floral. So we've tried a cheaper floral that basically did actually I think almost worse. It like crinkled, and when it rebounded, it was just this mess of a crinkle.
Pigtails, like Steve
pigtails,
said. Yeah,
it was wild.
it is. So it worked. Okay, Scott. So you're welcome.
You're welcome, buddy.
So the thing that we have to remember. So I do love the Orvis. I do love their they call it nylon, which is mono, and I love their floral. So I'll tell you why in just a sec. But floral, so nymph rigs, so anything that's under the water, it's great. So now there's the debate on the dry flies whether you use mono or floral. So I use nylon or mono. Okay. I still don't know this debate very well. Did I just end the show? I hit the keyboard. What I have to say here is that the floral might stick down in the meniscus of the water. Okay, so it could change the way that the fly rides, but it could also get out of the refractory of the sun. But hey, how picky are fish?
Yeah, and that's the argument that I heard. I did a guided trip 2 years ago in Spain, and we fished a dry fly briefly, and the guide there, he stated that that was the reason that he used fluoro even for dry flies, was because we think that fluoro is going to sink. Well, and he disagreed with that. He said it's not going to float in the same way, but it's not going to sink. So it gets out of that refractory visible phase that the fish might be able to see and sits in the meniscus where the sun has come into the edge of the water. And so the fish don't really, they're not looking into it and it's reflecting light.
Yeah.
And so his opinion was he uses fluoro for everything. There was nothing he didn't use it for. And I'm more with Dana. I personally use mono when I fish for dry flies, but he had a compelling argument, and I haven't truly tested it enough to know, but that was his opinion.
I like floral leaders for streamer fishing, and then we'll show you guys on one of the shows how we set up our nymph rigs.
Yeah.
So basically you're running floral all the way down, and we'll show you trying to figure out how to
don't waste a leader.
yeah, don't waste your leaders on nymph rigs. So I love floral. I know it's expensive, but hey, like I mean, think about all the money you spend to go fishing.
Yeah.
The gas, the food, the time off work, all the stuff, and you're paying like a couple extra bucks for, I know it's a bit more than that, but just think about that stuff. So I do love floral personally for nymph rigs, for dropper rigs. I do love the Orvis stuff, and so we usually buy like the big guide spools, which is like 100 meters, because we do go through it a lot. So the mono or the nylon, I use it for all my dry flies. That is what most of my tapered leaders are, is mono.
Let's talk about your tapered leaders.
Well, that's a joke, because one time I was building a leader and it took me about 4 days.
And it also ended up being about 4 days long.
I misjudged some of my sections.
Every section was 6 feet.
It
It
was about
24 by
20.
the end.
It was about a 24-foot leader.
Oh, that's good.
But I thought I was crafty building a leader, because I hated using new leaders or wasting them. So mono, that's a true story. That was like one of the first times we fished together.
It was, yeah. It was great. Good memories.
So nymphing straight, and I will show you guys that, not tonight, but I'm trying to figure out how to show you. But do not waste your tapered leaders on your nymph rigs, because tapered is transferring the energy. Show this how I can show you. Show us like this. It is unrolling that fly to present naturally. If you don't have a tapered leader, it hinges and it breaks. Okay, so that's why they have tapered leaders. And I know now, I saw an article the other day, there was a conversation about this, and it was like, oh my goodness, nobody should use tapered leaders anymore, even for dry flies. But hey, that's wrong. In my opinion, I don't have a lot of absolutes, but that's not great. This transfer of energy unfurling into a tapered leader is why you have a tapered leader. When you have a big clunky piece, which is an indicator, or a setup of 3 heavy flies or 2 heavy flies or 2 flies, whatever it is, there's no way that thing is going to transfer energy down like a dry fly, and it's going to clunk. So then why would we use a tapered? Leaders are expensive, right? So why would we? No, and I did that for many years. I wasted leaders.
It's going to break at the indicator anyways. That's going to break the transfer of energy, and you're casting weight. Like, it's the one time it's almost like gear chucking, because you're actually transferring weight, not the transfer of energy through the line and then through the tapered leader. So he's so right. Like,
yeah, it is like, I hope we can show you guys on the camera how we tie this. because it is a game changer, and it is also a dollar bill changer. And so Scott said all the money he saved on the sun shirts being on sale, he can buy some floral. So you did have the money, you just didn't want to spend it on us. So I'm up for conversations about this. This is just what I say, the real world experience and the reasons. And Ben Armstrong nailed it on the head. The pigtails, the way that the mono or the nylon crunches up like an accordion after it's stretched, I don't like it. No. And I think it creates a lot of tangles. So I do love floral. Is it more invisible in water? It's not a reason I use it. I don't know if that really
strength and
it's the strength. But even if you look at like the interesting thing is it's like the floral 4X is 5.5 pounds, and it is the mono 4X is 6 pound. And I saw that the other day, and I was like,
interesting. Hey?
How's that even a fact? Because the floral is supposed to be stronger on the sizes. Okay, so that's just.
Sorry, interrupt.
Yeah.
A little bit of a statement here was just that when it comes to fluoro, a lot of guys are saying umpqua. When they're saying mono, they agree Orvis is the better.
Oh, that's a good one.
And then
I know what you're gonna say.
You do?
Yeah.
What's the question?
Putting them together.
Yeah.
What
That's
happens?
the thing, because you can't, in my opinion, I would not really mess around with brands. Don't go umpqua
or test them before you go nuts.
Test them before, because we have definitely tested them.
And the floral will cut the mono.
The floral will cut the mono. So if it's not the right stuff, don't do it. Like, try it. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And then also, we were just looking. Roman had a question about tippet rings. Personally speaking, I don't use tippet rings. I have done a little bit of Euro nymphing, which it's to each his own, but it's not really my thing. It was super effective in that style of fishing. For retying and stuff, you didn't have to retie all the time off of the line itself and create a new tag. So the tippet rings work.
But
some guys like them for streamer fishing too, but I personally don't use them.
I've tried them and I've got onto it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save my leaders by using tippet rings.
Yeah.
And so then when you learn the way that we'll teach you,
Triple surgeon.
double surgeon, triple surgeon, it's so easy to tie. And what we're teaching you guys is how to tie a butt section off of your fly line, and then off of that you just straight floral down to your first fly. So if you break or whatever, all you're doing, like, you literally go, okay, I want to be 9 foot deep. You get an 8 foot stretch of floral off your line. Or what we do is we'll use what's the big stuff we use?
So it's called Seagar.
Seagar.
Yeah.
So we have big spools of Seagar, and we'll just boop, get our 8 feet, tie it to the butt section, and it's just straight.
Yeah.
If it breaks or chop it up, it's like really it's cost effective. Swivels, yeah, can be good. Like
for what? I guess maybe
some people use them on nymph rigs, some people use them on streamer rigs.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we overcomplicate things, trying to like be. I don't know. We've
some other things here that are great to say too is with the fluoro. We use fluoro in saltwater because when you fish around coral, it's more resistant to, being rubbed across different things, and it's the same thing in freshwater. Like fluoro, that's why we like it on an nymph rig, because maybe you're bouncing those nymphs down the bottom the whole way and they're abrasing on rocks all the way.
Yeah,
it's gonna last
Another
a lot
good
longer
point.
than the mono.
And in saltwater fishing, you use fluoro because you hook into those saltwater fish and they go down in the coral, and it's not because you need 80-pound test on those fish. It's because you need that abrasion resistance that fluoro gives. Sven said he ties his leaders with 32 different types of tippet. So it's not the brand of tippet. So you go nylon to nylon or mono nylon, whatever. Just try it, because I know for a fact that the Rio mono leaders, and if you tie floral, Orvis floral or Rio floral, it cuts it. Okay, because like the same idea as the abrasion resistance of the floral, it cuts through that mono. So you go to tie a double surgeon's knot and you pull it tight, and it cuts and it cuts and it cuts, and you feel like your knot's failing, but it could be the fact that your floral's cutting through your mono. I do know that the Orvis brand works good together, so it's just something you got to try, because I've not tried all of them out there. Probably Rio and Orvis are the most used that I've done. Okay, so Sean said, I'm a bit lost. Would love to see a rig setup next week. 3 hook and 2. Yes, 100%. Remind us next week because 100% I want to show you guys this because it's going to be a game changer. And then what we got to understand here is next Thursday is 80s night. Okay,
80s
so
night.
we're theming that as 80s night. So you guys, the way to win prizes next week is to show us you tying in your 80s costume.
Yep.
So we're going to redo all of our themes, all of our overlays, everything. Our intro, might be biting off more than I can chew, but into the 80s fashion kind of thing. So feel free to dress up, send us photos next Thursday of that. But next Thursday, we definitely will be doing that. So I just, because we're kind of running out of time, we got about 10 hours left. So
10 hours.
hand me the big hook. I'm going to see if I can show this
Hop on a screen by yourself. I'm gonna
on a
ladies
screen by myself, and I will.
mute or don't.
I'm just going to mute. See how it sounds better when I turn Tim off? Because I never did turn him on.
Don't believe him. It's not true.
Hey, you got within my bubble, sir. Okay, where did my string go? Okay, so we've got a hook here built by our friend Chaz, and I've got this string. I don't know, I shouldn't have picked black, but what I want to do is I want to show you guys, so what is it called? A non-slip loop knot, okay? Yes, Tammy, crimp the hair. That's so awesome. I got some get up. Yeah, so Bubbles, I can't wear Bubbles glasses. So guys, if you've got some mono or floral with you, feel free to give this a try. I'm telling you, I know that there's other ways to tie this knot, but this here is absolutely magic. John, well, we were in the same frame last week when I pulled the hook out of Tim's arm. So if you guys are in Olds, you can stop by and you can see the studio and kind of see what happens here. So here's what we want to do. Quinn, you might need to put on your spectacles to see this. So here's literally, it's one of my favorite knots, and it's super easy to tie. And I know there's other ways to tie this, but I'll call this the non-slip loop knot. So if you guys want to follow along and you have some leader or tippet or your shoelace, or you take it out of your wife's purse or whatever, the first thing you're gonna do. This is really bad with. Just wait, Tim's back. I'll turn him back on. I turned you on, Tim. Man, it's so loud when your mic turns on. Okay.
Nice.
This is really bad here, Tim. So the first thing you're going to do, you guys might not be able to see this, is tie an overhand knot. And there's a video we have on YouTube. Okay. Perfect hook for Alberta, yes. Okay, it's great for streamers. It's great for nymphs, and it is even better for dry flies. And I know people get weirded out because they're like, oh, it's a lot of bulk around the fly. But I'm telling you what, it gives your fly natural movement, and it is absolutely game changer for hoppers. It is almost the only, I almost don't know how to tie like a clinch knot, whatever they're called anymore. So we could tie the overhand knot. This is really, I'm setting myself up for failure here, Tim. Because this, so you're going to have this overhand knot. Okay. And then what I want you to do is turn it upside down. The YouTube video I did is way better. So you're going to turn it upside down. So it's like a turtle. Okay. So that's the shell. And this is the tag. This tag is going to go through the hook. The eye of the hook. Okay. And then what it's going to do is, you see this big open loop, right? Tim, I can hear your phone. You're going to go through the big open loop, and you go all the way around once, in through the loop. Come back through. And now this tag end is going to shrink the size of the hole. And this leading line here so that you get enough loop here, right? So that you're comfortable with that. And when you get the right size of loop, you're going to pull on the leading line and you're going to cinch it down. Okay, so what happens here, you guys can see this. Can you? Ish, I'm trying to put it in my face with my soft, supple eye skin. Okay, so this here now can move all around your hook, and it's not holding your hook stiff. It's allowing this hook to move naturally. Okay, it's literally one of the only knots that I use. The other way to tie it is you go above the overhand knot. You wrap 3 times and you come back through the overhand knot. But I'm telling you this is such a quick way, and we've had arguments with other people before about how this isn't as strong, but it is as strong. I guarantee this. Is you tie an overhand knot, go through the eye of the hook, come through the overhand knot one full way through it, and then cinch it down. The tag shrinks the hole, and the leading line tightens the knot. And then you get something ish. I'm not sure how
Well,
you
in fact,
guys.
what we do know is that this specific knot has 100% knot strength.
100%, because look, it will only break on your tippet or your floral or whatever your leader, what it is here, whatever you
like
tied
a
off of.
clinch knot is like 78% knot strength.
Yeah.
Improved clinch is like 81 or 82, and then that's 100% for the tippet. So if you're using 20-pound tippet, you got 20 pounds worth of actual
You've got
strength.
it all right down because it takes it right out of play. So you can go. Let me put Tim back in here. I know that was hard to see that demonstration through this camera. I should have an overhand camera, and maybe next time we'll do that. It's not the Davy knot. It's very similar, but the Davy knot clinch tightens right down onto the eye of the hook. So this, I believe it does. I could be wrong, but I think it looks very similar.
It's a little different.
But I use it on everything. And then so what you would do.
Yeah, Blake, yes, the answer to your question. Do we use it for nymphs? Yes, we do. 100%.
Like
Everything.
everything. So if this is your hook in your rig, some people will tie off of the bottom of the hook. So they'll tie to here and they'll tie here. Okay, so when does this not work? When you have an open end like this. Okay, so you can't put it on here. Obviously, it's just going to fall off. So you would have to use a clinch knot or a Davy knot or some of the other fancy knots to cinch down if that's the way you set up your rig. But I recommend tying off of the eye of the hook
With your
Okay.
second one, too.
down to your second fly, because now this is somewhat independent, right? So this fly isn't. So we do all this work, or people design flies and we put all this energy into tying them, and then we take everything out of the fly for movement. But if you go off the eye of the hook, okay, nothing's changing versus what you've already taken out by tying on your leader or your tippet. Okay, so you can go eye to eye to eye, and then this can be your leader all the way up to your fly line. Okay, these are independent of each other, and then you don't lose any movement or whatever you thought. Even tying a double streamer rig, you could tie it that way.
Yeah. And you
So that-
also don't have the risk of fishing barbless that's going to ever come off. Because a clinch knot, although it clinches, it still has the ability, if it moves right, to come off the point if you're fishing barbless.
Yeah, sausage fingers, Cam. I mean, we get to tie 5,000 knots a year, so yeah. So, anyways, there's just my kind of tip that I wanted to show you guys with that knot. If you go on our YouTube channel, Fly Fishing Bow River on YouTube, I've demonstrated that with an overhand camera, and it probably goes a little better.
Yeah.
We've also gone over a bunch of other knots there, so feel free to go and ask questions here. Okay, so we got the 80s night next week. We got this giveaway coming up here. You guys have all pre-ordered your shirts, most of you.
So how do we share our 80s picks next week?
Yeah, so what you're going to do is you're going to send them to us on Instagram. Or if you're not on Instagram, you can send them to us in a Facebook comment, and then I'm going to find a way to pop them up into here. I know a way. I know a guy. And then, so yeah, join in the fun. I know we can't be together and sharing the 80s whatever, but we're going to somehow have some neon colors and some synthesizer music, and we're going to do our best to make this an 80s night next week. And that'll be a lot of fun. So Brent says...
Yeah, what is your preference to tie off?
That's a great question because I've tried multiple ways.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
The idea is, my conclusion is, what is your hopper? How does that hopper float? Does tying off the hook drag your hopper down?
And what do we call it when we fish something in the water below our hopper?
A dropper?
No. What do small children use on their first bike?
Training wheels.
Training wheels.
Yeah, so the droppers are great, but
Yeah.
sometimes fish won't even eat your hopper and they eat, or you scare big fish and they just eat your droppers. So sometimes cut the training wheels off and just go for it. We will. Lefty Cray, I believe it, invented one similar knot. Yeah, so I think that's the size hook we tie our life-size mosquitoes onto. Yes.
Yeah, that's great.
That is a fact. And what pound tippets you're using on the bow? So I don't know the pounds. I guess you could say most of the season it's like kind of, so nymph rigs I'd be 3X.
Yeah.
And then as we get into later on in like end of July, August, as the water clears up, I go 4X. All my droppers are 4X.
I think we're spoiled a bit on the bow though, because I'm not going to say that our fish aren't shy, but I feel like we don't have to do what a lot of classic tailwaters in the States are like. You're fishing size 24 midges and you're on 7X.
Yeah, we don't need to go past like 16 usually.
Yeah, normally 14, 16. And yeah, nymphs are normally a 3X. And literally what determines whether I go to 4X is if I can fit the 3X through the eye or not.
Yeah. It's weird because when you get a lot of days out there and then you're using 4X and then you grab 3X, immediately in your hands you're like, this isn't good.
Big.
So okay, so let's get to the giveaway, but before that I want to talk about something, folks, and it's what I told you at the beginning was #trigger.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's this movement called Tag Responsibly, and I am a fan of posting photos on social media. Okay, but if you're trying to get clickbait by telling people where to fish certain rivers and quote unquote telling them that you're going to give them locations, you need to burn your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
It's a problem.
That's a fact.
Because what's the point, guys? If if we and we're all about educating, as you can see, we're more than willing to educate. But there's a lot of people, both YouTube and Instagram. You have this polar opposites. You have people who blur out a background of a photo because they don't want to show you the bridge or the background of the house that's behind them.
Just fine.
But that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Whatever it is, what it is. You can take a better photo of that fish without actually having that in the background. That's another story. But on the opposite side, you have these people who are like, hey, let me show you all of the best spots on the Bow River, and they will take you through and show you exactly where to fish and everything. That doesn't do anybody any good. You can show them techniques.
Well, and it's probably not even true, but it's called clickbait.
Yeah, it's called clickbait. So they're using people who don't know better to gain YouTube followers. And I mean, we're both social media guys. We carry social media accounts. We understand the importance of advertising and everything through our social media. But at what point is it detrimental to our fisheries versus it's called clickbait for a reason. They're trying to gain following by giving overtelling information.
Yeah, and most of it's not even true, but it's
but they're using it.
Yeah, so the idea is like, honestly, if you need to share locations or exactly where the fish are hanging out to get people to watch your show or people to like your Instagram posts, like, come on, guys, there's and it's funny because I just had someone message me on Instagram about what's working on the bow. Well, I like to take an approach with people where it's like, we can tell you, hey, these are the 5 flies that we used yesterday and they work great. Or we can help you become a better fisherman so that you don't need us. And that is saying, hey, it's August and it's really windy and dry out. What falls off the grass into the water and is basically helpless and the fish eat it? Oh, that's a grasshopper. Exactly. Okay, so it's late in the grasshopper season. Are fish tuned in on the big grasshoppers or the small grasshoppers? they've been fished a lot. What do? Do we got to go more real on our grasshoppers? And it's not an arrogance thing, but I think we can't use social media to tell us once a year where to go fish, how to fish, and catch fish, because it's not why we fly fish. It's literally to get out there and try to figure out stuff on our own. So don't. Yeah, and I know I'm ranting about it because it really irked me this week to see that, where it's like that clickbait is poison and it's going to ruin spots and it's going to ruin fisheries. And we're not making better fishermen. We're making people who want to run out there and grab a fish and post it on Instagram. Post your photos on Instagram. I love to see them. It's awesome to see what you guys catch. But tag responsibly, okay? And just remember, like, you've put that time in to figure out how to catch those fish. It's not everybody's right who fly fishes to come to you and say, where exactly did you get it? And now the other way is you don't have to be an a-hole about it, is you can help people learn to fly fish and you can help put them in the right direction. But a big part about it is learning how to fly fish and evolving as a fly fisherman. So
but that's the journey.
Yeah.
If you don't give people a little bit of education, like what Dana just said, you start them on the right path into thinking of, oh, what's going to fall off the grass into the water. That's what actually makes a good fisherman. It's sensitive, but it's like, for us, even in a guiding industry where we do make money from finding fish, that's a fact. We're not denying that. But at some point, if you're only fishing to do this, then what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, that's not the point. If you don't find serenity, if you don't find peace, if you think we're guiding because we make $1 million a year, you're mistaken. That's not why we do it. It's because we actually love people and we catch fish sometimes.
as a byproduct.
And that's a byproduct. And if I told Dana, if you go to this spot and you're going to catch this 24-inch brown in this specific location, do you think he's actually going to enjoy that? Because all he's going to do is post a picture and that's the end of it. But if he journeys to that spot and finds it on his own, that's fulfilling for him, because we know that if we cheat on a test, we know we're cheating ourselves. But if we were actually to study for that test, educate ourselves, and then complete the exam and get an 80%, we feel amazing because we earned it.
It's like you guys tying your flies. Like, you're tying your flies. Like, you got the material and the instruction, but you're doing it. It's like, great comment here from Mark. He said, they buy pictures, we build puzzles. And it is like bang on exactly the truth. You got your M&M?
I just saw my M&M finally.
And so, I don't know. I just think that, like, again, you can reach out. We can help you guys out. But I've just kind of taken the approach that it's like, let's make better fishermen so that you can go figure out those puzzles. Like, instead of like telling somebody every turn to do on a Rubik's Cube so that they've completed it, let's tell them how the Rubik's Cube works. And so then they can go figure it out on their own, because I don't know. That's my rant. I just saw it on the internet the other day and I was like, this is out of control, where some people are trying to monetize their YouTube or get clickbait by telling people, oh, I'm going to tell you exactly where to fish and how to fish this certain river. And
if it's not about the journey, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like that, and that's it may be a little bit general, but to be completely honest, in fly fishing, we know what makes us happy. What, like, for a lot of us, it's a stress relief activity that we do. If we're not out there gaining knowledge and experiencing also the bad days, because we learn a lot from them, then what's the point?
That's the only time we learn.
Yeah, we learn because we fail. And if every day you went out there and you casted the same fly and you caught the same big fish, do you think that you would actually do it forever? This is an evolving learning experience, from tying to how to tie a knot, to how to create a nymph rig, to how to go out. These are all things, like, if it was truly that easy and we could go to the same spot every day and catch the same fish,
fish is not fun. We wouldn't fish.
Then we would gear fish. That's an under.
Dustin, we're gonna show you the best spot. Yes, we are. And it's where it's wet, where the water gets wet.
Yeah.
So I'm also not that guy where it's like, oh, I'm out at the secret creek of the blah, blah, blah. It's like, but you just don't have to share everything you do. I don't know. It's totally up to you guys. It's a personal preference. I just saw this and I thought, hey, what are we doing? Because we have a fly tying show, and a lot of people come in here and watch, and it's awesome. And hopefully through this, we're making you guys better anglers. We're giving you some tips and tricks of fly a knot, how to fish this fly, and that you guys can come back and say we're better anglers now, because it's really what it's all about. And even being guides, even when people pay us to go fishing, we still sometimes have almost no fish days.
Yeah.
And it legit happens. And it's not like we're on the journey with you guys. We don't know everything. We're learning every single day. And to me, that's why I keep coming back every single year. And the Bow River is one of the hardest rivers that I've ever fished. And it's why I love guiding it, because it kicks my ass more often than it gives me beautiful, awesome.
But the fact is that when he takes somebody out, it isn't about the fish he caught in that day, because I can promise you, because I know him, that at the end of the day, he's going to have asked you, what do you want out of this day? And understand that it might not be fish, because that might not actually be something that's possible today because of the conditions or how it's fishing. But maybe it's how to cast, how to set up a rig, how to do this. I guarantee you that if you come out of a day with Dana, you're going to have learned something. So it's understanding that your day isn't just about fishing. Right? It's not just about holding a fish. We all want to do that because it's fulfilling for us. It means that we've completed the task that we came to do. But if you can't learn something beyond just holding a fish, then what are we there for? Because at the end of the day, if you booked a trip with us or with anybody, we hope that you can go out and replicate the experience. We want you to be able to go out and do it on your own. And hopefully, if you've learned something from the day, that you're going to be able to do that. I mean, that's, I don't think that's just us, but that's the truth.
No, and it's everything. Like, I want fish every single day I go out, and but when we become, and I wrote an article on this a couple years ago, and it was about clients who put pressure on their guides. And so what happens is what you do is your guide starts to do unnatural things, because your tug needy becomes all this pressure.
Explain that term. What does that mean?
Tug needy means you need to tug on your fly rod. It's like, where's the fish? Where's the fish? And so what happens is when people are pressuring you, you start to go, oh my goodness, I should try something different, because just to impress the client, it's not going to work, but you get so off of what works because of the anxiety of the person in the back of the boat. And then the whole day, and it's a skill that I'm still learning many years into guiding, is like how to just kind of like shrug that stuff off. But I have to say, we've been pretty lucky with some absolutely phenomenal humans that we've got to guide over the years, and those people are few and far between, and it comes with the job, I guess. So tug needy, chug needy, folks. Are we ready to get Tim?
The fun thing though is that a lot of the people who we're referring to are the people that are watching right now, because to be honest, the right people are going to find the community in which they need to live in. And I personally...
Well, Tim, we just hit 115 shares, so...
I'm personally thinking of something. Bruce Cameron, I know he's watching right now.
Yeah.
One of my favorite days in the Bow River last year was with Bruce Cameron, because you know what? He told me, he said, Tim, I don't care what I catch today. Let's just go have some fun.
Yeah.
And I felt pressure because I don't know, it's just the day it was, whatever, and
there's always that. It's game time.
And he missed a lot of fish, and I screwed up a lot of things, and it was like, but he reinforced the fact in my mind that every day is just about the experience. And I know we like to say that because it saves our day. We don't have to say how many fish we caught, but it's actually the truth.
It's true.
Like how much time did I spend with that person? And I feel like I know that person, and I can't wait to take him out again, because I enjoyed the fellowship that we had that day. And that's
the whole
that's
the
the
experience,
full circle.
the magic.
That's the word. It's the magic. When you find those people, it's like, please, every year I just want to see you, because it makes my days easy. Because I mean, it's cheesy, but we say it all the time. We love people, and we love those people because they love us. It makes it easy.
100%. So the article is on our website under the blog. It was published in Fly Fusion, but it's
no big deal.
No. Well, no, it's just where
but
it went.
But it's true. It went there because it's important.
But yeah, it's in the. It's called Great Expectations. It's under. We have a blog on our website, which will. Hey, funny I should ask.
What?
If any of you guys love to write, get a hold of me, because we're looking for a couple fly fishing writers. tnl@flyfishingbowriver.com. Send an email if you love to write. We'd love to have you a part of the team. We can chat details, but that is where, yes, James Riley, he knows fellowship is key. And that is the key on the river is the fellowship.
That's the key more than just the river. It's the key everywhere.
It's life. It's why we're all sitting here, and we thought we'd run out of things to say. So
Isn't that funny? We thought today, hey, quick flies.
Ben hired a bass guide in Texas and took 3 full days to get a bass over 5 pounds. Day 3 ended up a magical day with 4 fish. Guiding stressful, and you really start to just, over the years, you can become bitter or better. And a lot of guides become bitter, and that's their choice. Or you can just become better and just say, hey, we're just going to have an awesome, I guarantee we're going to have a fun day. We're going to hang out with tunes. We're going to roll out with chocolate croissants. All the things make me excited to go fishing tomorrow.
Man, tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
What's more exciting, though, the chocolate croissant or the ham and cheese croissant in the morning?
Oh, nothing.
I'm looking for that.
But it might not be fresh because we're getting a late start because it's cold.
Fresh enough.
And Bruce worked with fish for a long time. I know I can catch fish, but I don't need to. I truly enjoyed my days on the water and the people I share them with. Well, it's good to know Bruce doesn't need to catch fish because he's got quite a few days booked
He
with
ends up
me.
in my boat every day on guide school. For
Does
the
he?
Client day.
Yeah.
I love everyone. And he always catches
Yeah.
fish, but jeez. Love
Well,
Bruce.
he tried to get a day with you last year, but you're already booked. I was booked. You were
Bruce,
booked.
This isn't the only guide on the
Yeah.
Bow River over here.
Well, he
I'm
knows.
just saying. I think Morgan would like me too.
Yeah. Juanita loves the chocolate croissant. Don't want to miss your guys' comments. I emailed Jen B. We'll see if she likes what I had planned.
Experience build bonds. That is true. It's a fact.
Yeah. Love to write. Greg, send an email. Let's go, folks. Send an email. We'd like a bunch of people here to write some articles. We'd like to publish them on our blog. And you can see Tim wrote an article about fishing with your kids. Brandon's got one on there, and the other one, Great Expectations. Okay, so a bad day of fishing is better than a good day at work. And some people say that to me, and then I remind them I'm at work. And but it's still awesome.
I appreciate that. Comment,
Claude.
Yeah.
I don't have my dad anymore, but everyday fishing is I'm fishing with him. The catch isn't important. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're going to give away the shirt.
Yeah.
How are we going to do that? Because the number game is a disaster. Yes, Roger, sneak up here for the chocolate croissant. Trust me.
It's worth
You're going to want that.
It's worth the border
It's
control.
It's worth the quarantine. We'll bring you chocolate croissants every
in the
day.
hotel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so
I'm
Ryan's
off all
been-
summer, Tim. Let's hit it up. I'm in.
he's on a sabbatical.
Sabbatical.
Ryan's
awesome.
been working on his casting his trout spay, and it makes me happy. That's like so true. Casting is so fun. It's just so good. So how are we gonna give this away?
Just Greg has asked if we could post the email address in the chat. I think he's referring to reaching out to maybe do some writing.
Yes.
That could be good.
Let me see what I can do here. Tim, how are we giving this? You didn't chug. They got the shares. You didn't chug.
I didn't realize that we reached the shares. How many?
No,
did you
I
say?
told you. I said 115, and we're at 117.
Oh man, I'll chug. That's not a full one. I'll do it if you do it.
Yeah, I got a full one. This one's really full.
Okay. How full? I'll get one here, guys.
Okay, I'm just writing this comment here in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I wrote that. Let's see if I can pin this to the top.
Yeah, John, so the thing is right now, until we can get this border to be more of a fluid situation, you're right. If you were to come up here to fish, you'd have to quarantine for 2 weeks, which seems kind of silly. Obviously, our fingers are crossed. We're praying that that border is going to open. So maybe, I mean, we have no indication. We totally have been guessing all for the last year. If we can actually get open, we're going to be extremely happy about that. And then you won't have to worry about it. You come up and experience all these things without it.
Yeah, so I
Jen
just
Lyle.
commented that. It showed up there. Matt, super kind comment. We love you guys. How are we giving this shirt away?
I don't know, but Ben says, I'm chugging with you, Tim. Let's do this.
It's epic
Your tunes
tunes.
are good, man. I don't
think
know.
I'm nailing it. I don't.
It's.
Okay, chug a lug, Tim. Okay, me and you,
Alright.
Tim. This is the
virtual cheers. Can't see it. Let's do it. Oh, it's so cold. You didn't finish that already, did you?
You want to hold it for the folks at home?
That's light.
My eyes are not watering. It's my mask that I put on earlier.
How do you do that? It's so cold.
Steve said he'll smuggle you in for $1,000. Oh yeah, so good, so fun. I'll take 2 weeks for that. John, miss you, buddy. We got some red hooks to fish when you get back. Hopefully you get back here in a season down the boat. That is more than just red hooks. So, oh, good gracious.
It's so cold. Ugh.
Okay, here's the question. I just have to check this out. Did you guys all order your shirts? Because we're putting that in on Monday morning, so make sure that you get your shirts ordered. But just hang on tight, hang tight.
You hang tight.
This will be a question about me.
Teach Tim how to chug. Guys, there's some issues here. I'm temperature sensitive, okay? It's cold. No talking if you're chugging. I'm almost there.
Okay, here's a question, and you can get the answer on our website. Some of you guys might know. But you have to name the 3 NHL teams that I played in their farm system for. So it's not a numbers game. It is literally a fact, and you can find that on our website. Tim's going to pass out. So the 3 NHL teams that I played in the farm system for, it is right in the website. The first person that we...
Yes?
The first person that we see... you got to put all 3 in the same comment. Nathaniel, it's got a bit there. You got a bit there. The 3 teams that...
What I got for you?
Oh, Mark. No, wait.
That's
What
what
do you
you've been
got?
waiting
This
for all
tall
night.
thing. This is good. This is...
Warm, dark, and fruity.
Warm, dark, and fruity, folks. Okay, wait. We got some answers here, and I can't keep up. I'm worried the first time Dana and Tim and I hang out, it might be a runaway. I'm
on,
not
Ben.
worried, Ben. I'm actually
in.
excited.
I'm excited. Let's do this.
That'll
man.
be a guide school, right?
Yeah, guide school,
Yeah.
right?
Show them the... We got to send these out to you guys because in that wicker basket, the flies that we screwed up, we
Oh, man.
totally forgot a fly for episode 18. So we've got them all packaged here. And very similar to the fly we tied tonight, but different. One of our favorite flies.
It's one of our favorites.
Yeah, so
Coming to
we're going to get that shipped out here in the next couple days. So if you ordered a kit, definitely we're going to get that shipped out, and that's for episode 18. So if you've already ordered stuff and you've ordered a kit, I've sent that out to you. So if you're like, what is this? Okay, so Flames, Washington, Quebec, and Detroit. No, Calgary, Boston, Phoenix. So Mark is the first. Boston, Arizona, Philly. No. Looks
Phoenix,
like,
really?
yeah,
You played the farm team for Phoenix?
yeah.
What's their farm team?
Salt Lake City.
Dang.
The Utah Grizzlies. I can go get my shirt if you want to wear it.
Yeah, well,
I'll sign it for you, Tim.
Will you?
I'll sign your breasts. Okay, well, Mark's the winner. Mark, let us know. We have a medium, a large, and an extra large. So I'll just give it to Tim because obviously
Yeah.
you guys can just meet up.
I'll meet up with you, Mark.
But yeah.
Let us know, Mark. What's your size? Booyah! Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I was secretly trying to find someone else because he just won. But it's a winner's a winner's a winner.
Winner's a winner.
All's fair, love, and war, and bingo. So,
Not the truth.
Claude, so anybody who bought their kits from the Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, we will drop off appropriate things for them, and then they will get them out to you guys. So
XL, really, Mark? You're not that big a guy.
that's, if you don't mind, well, he's planning on hitting the gym. Bingo, Chaz is winning what they said. Roger said what they said. All right, Mark. Well, you've got one of the limited editions, and if you guys did not win something tonight, you can always go online here to flyfishingboard.com/slop. Schlop. Schlop is what we are, folks.
Shop.
Sloppy schlop.
SH.
But the best part of the show tonight is coming up in 13 seconds. 12, 11, 10. These are the hoodies. These are the sun hoodies that we got ready for you guys to show up. These are the 3 flavors.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite one?
Right here. Can't wait.
I think I'm the.
But
love
I
action.
do love this one.
That is my favorite.
Yeah.
Love people.
I'm going to
catch
order
fish.
one of each. So
I'm ordering one of each for sure.
you're paying for it too.
I don't know.
Okay, folks. What's super cool about this is that I don't even know if the bacon cam's still on, and it's not. It died. Yeah, but this is my favorite time of the night because here's where we get to celebrate you guys. We get to celebrate the awesome things that we've all been through this week. And we even get to throw all of your comments on the screen. So make sure that you throw out some comments. We got them sliding in super cool now. As always, Tim, besides being Tim and Tim show,
Man.
talk to me. I know you had a very taxing week, but there was wins.
Yeah.
There was wins in there.
There's wins this week, guys. When it comes to family, it's family for me is important. Youngest of 9 kids. I got a lot of brothers and sisters, but this week I took some heavy news on a couple of siblings and some stuff that's going on in their lives, and it really, to be honest, I mean, and I'm not. We don't say this a lot, but hopefully that you guys know we're spiritual people. Yeah, how else to say this? But I mean, I believe in God and I believe in prayer, and this week I found myself in prayer, probably more than I have in a long time, and something that I've, whether you want to, call it prayer, meditation, whatever it is, I've felt closer to a higher being this week than I have in a long time. And I needed it because I needed to feel engaged with a couple of these situations that I didn't know what to do. In one instance, it came to my brother, who I've been, we'll say, estranged for about a year from, and I had to set aside some of the things that I felt for a long time to be there for him in a tough time. And I found peace, which, to be honest, is one of the hardest things sometimes to find. And I feel at peace with the situation, and I feel at peace with really taking care of him for something I haven't been able to do in a long time. So my win this week, besides obviously Thursday Night Live, is reaching out to whatever that is that you might believe in. And maybe it's nothing. I hope it's not nothing, because that's a little bit, it's tougher. I'm happy that I can believe in something, because it brings me peace to know that I can make the right decision and move forward from that. So hopefully I feel that you guys can have the same thing, and I'm thankful that I had the week that I had it. The struggles make us stronger, and without them, we don't really know who we are.
Yeah, it's a forge.
Yeah.
Forge you in the fire. The fire will burn.
Forged in fire. Yeah.
Yeah. So that takes me into mine. If you're, I didn't.
Yeah, give her, man. That's. I don't want to say much.
So here's the thing. We tell you guys every week that we're here. Reach out to us. Give us a call. Shoot us a message. I'm not going to bring up any names, but somebody reached out to me yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And the message was something like, hey, you guys said you're always here, and I've just had an absolute crap couple weeks, and I feel like I'm just barely getting by. And so we chatted for an hour, and that was like super uplifting to me, because it's one of those things where you talk about it, and it's like, hey, we're here, give us a call. And in the conversation, we were both reminded that oftentimes we felt like we were just like cruising, like, oh yeah, this is awesome. And then somebody runs a 4-way stop and T-bones us, figuratively, and it derails us. And it's like, how come every time things get going good, do we simply get sideswiped? So then I was reminded, I believe Brene Brown talked about it. She said that living in joy is literally one of the scariest emotions to be in, because most people always worry about how this will last and will it last, and there's probably a good chance that I'm going to get sideswiped. And so when we're looking for that sideswipe, it sideswipes us. The idea of it is go buy a red car and you see red cars everywhere. Go test drive a Tesla and all of a sudden everyone has a Tesla. It's not because everyone has a Tesla, it's because where we focus on, that's where the crap happens. So in that conversation, we just were reminded that we're allowed to be happy. We're allowed to live in joy. We're allowed to absolutely saturate that stuff. And we can't keep trying to focus. And I know that, and I speak to this because it's something I do. And we talked about this before. It's like, we just got the shirts all figured out going. And this exact same thing happened last year. We had all this stuff lined up to go, and all of a sudden COVID came in and sideswiped that. And I said to Tim before the show, I'm like, I'm so excited. We got these shirts going. Like, I'm super picky about that stuff. We got the shirts going, and now I'm like waiting for a sideswipe, and it's like, stop. Just stop looking for that stuff. And it's okay. It's okay to live in the joy. So
that's a great statement. It's okay to live in joy.
Yeah.
It's okay to find that stuff, right? It's powerful. It's powerful because honestly, if we can't find joy even in the worst of circumstances,
and live in it, just saturate it, marinate in it.
Yeah.
So
that's it, guys. Like, I'm thankful that Dana this week had someone who could reach out to him, because what you don't realize is that in reaching out, we are authentic in saying we can't solve your problems. We can't, but we can talk about them with you, and we hopefully can find some middle ground in which we can help you. And maybe we can't, but we're gonna be there for you regardless. And that's the honest truth, guys. Reach out to us. Reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Talk to us, because you know what? Times aren't easy.
just
And
chatting
you know
is
that.
magical. Just literally talking.
Talking is everything. And reach out. It's a simple thing to do. And don't feel vulnerable by it, because honestly, I hope that you feel that we're vulnerable, because we just come here to hang out with you guys. So we're not counselors. We're not certified in much of anything, but
we do make a living sitting on a boat listening to people talk about their problems.
That's literally the truth.
Yeah.
But what we do know is we can be here for you.
Yeah.
That's simple. It's community.
And maybe we need you here for us. So it's live in joy, live in that. And like Cheyenne said, gratitude practice saved her mental health. So gratitude journals, this wins. We talk about this. This is why it's awesome, because we just quite literally get to share good things that are happening. And I know I went on a rant about tagging responsibly, but it's just like, it's the joy. I'm going to live in the joy. There's a lot of unknowns about the summer and how the bookings are going to look for fishing and for guide school and all this stuff. But it's not in my hands anymore. And so we're just going to live in the joy. Chaz says, I posted a bunch of your guys' stuff because it was coming in pretty quick. But fireside chat. Would love to hang out.
Yeah.
Jason, Chaz. Chaz, reach out to Jason Baglian, please.
It's important, guys. What you don't realize is, I mean, without knowing that we've done it, this community of people that are responding to each other, that's everything. And I hope that we feel like we're family, because that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for you guys, like, why are we here? You know, like.
Yeah, well, it's the Tim and Tim show.
You guys are, you guys are everything to us.
How fun was that, though?
That was fun. I'll admit that. But I mean that truthfully. Is you be there for each other, because you know what? I think that we fostered a pretty good group of people, and you guys in your comments are just powerful. Like, it brings tears to our eyes to know that these people can reach out to each other. And this week, we saw people from this show out fishing together.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I know Dan feels the same. That is the biggest win in the books. Like,
yeah, it's pretty inspiring.
How is it more inspiring than to see these people fellowshipping together in the thing that we love? And we know that there's more than just that happening. You know, you're there for each other. If you're not, like, We know
This
you are.
is the relation, Chaz. Please reach out to Jason. There's lots you guys can talk about. Look, CJ Trout commented,
Oh.
and he put Leo to bed, so we don't even get to sing the happy birthday. But another win for me this week, literally, and I'm just thinking about it as CJ Trout never comments. Is that his son turned 9 yesterday, and CJ got him some waders and a fly rod and all that stuff, and he sent me a picture, and Leo's sitting in the bathtub with his waders. And so we
awesome.
FaceTimed him and we sang him happy birthday, and it was so awesome just to see the relationship that Casey has fostered with Leo, and now that Leo's taken to fly fishing, and for Leo's 9th birthday, I gave him a float trip on the Bow River, so we're gonna go do a half day with Casey, and seeing the youth get so excited like that is.
Scroll back up for just a second. Jen Lyle, be soft on people and hard on issues. Being kind when dealing with the harder things in life has helped me balance. It always takes practice and time to improve ourselves. That's a lot of power right there in a few statements,
Soft
guys.
on people, hard
Be
on
soft
issues.
on people. We're all fallible. We all have our issues, but this community of people, of however many people here right now, I don't even know, but be together, be each other's community. We're living in a world right now that doesn't allow us to meet, which is, it
That's how we
seems,
do
it seems crazy to me, but
Illegal.
yeah, it's illegal to meet and support each other. But thankfully, I guess we have this platform in which, I mean, I know I can speak for me and Dana, in which if for no other reason that you guys have found each other and have found support, we've done it. We've won. The rest of it's just a side thing. Like, I'm so thankful to read comments like that mean that you guys are there for each other. And I mean, we want you to reach out to us, but just know you have an entire community of people that are behind you. So it's powerful.
Trevor, good night. You are a wonderful human as well, and we appreciate you.
Thanks, Trevor.
Mark said that having joined along with the crazy group has been the best thing for me. The size of my family is huge now, and I just can't wait to give the well-deserved hugs. Bear hugs.
Oh man.
Yes.
Imagine being able to hug somebody.
All right, folks. Bailou, you're here. I didn't know if you were back. Someone was looking for good guides around Quebec. Maybe they'll hit you up. We told them to. But the next better be about solutions. Yes. We can chat about the problems, and then we can always come to a resolve. And a lot of it is mindset. You are my everything, boo-boo. All right, Trevor. So long, Quinn.
Guys, we want to know your wins this week too. I know we spoke to ours, but we want to know what was good for you this week.
I missed this one.
What was good for you?
Hanging some super sweet kindergarten kiddos today, and just remembering how innocent and magical things look through a child's eyes. Yes.
Michelle, that's powerful. That's everything. Hey, kids, through the kids' eyes, everything is innocent.
Love people catch fish. There it is.
LPCF.
Yes.
Woo!
Love people catch fish, folks.
Let's make that
And
catch on.
we did just get these new stickers in. Haven't
Love
put them on the website, but they're holographic, so they're hard to see, and they're still in the package.
Love people.
Love people catch fish. I got lots of those. That's like my favorite thing here.
kinda cheesy,
Already
but it's
look at, he already contacted that guy. That's connections, folks. That's what it's all about. Another great week. Take care, Steve. Get out on the bow. We're sort of floating tomorrow. We're doing a very short stretch with the launch from death. Taking your
We're gonna have
truck.
some
No,
fun. Yeah,
no. The
take my
last
truck.
time we took your truck, I lost both my wheels. So.
That's true. Oh man, Tammy, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Rocky Mountain Fly Shop, Colin, he works away a lot. So now that we found you guys, we have something to look forward to.
There's a night to connect.
That's
You guys have to know that what Rocky Mountain Fly Shop did, it was all these 90% of these giveaways are just them. And I remember the day Colin came over and was like,
it's
here,
crazy,
just
overwhelming.
a box of stuff. And I was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah, man, just give it to the people. Just do the giveaways. So I got to see Colin on Monday or Tuesday or something. We had a great chat and lots of big plans coming up for next season. Just the good people. Sean loved to hang out with like-minded people. Thanks for the time. Pretty excited for the summer trip on the boat. Which sun hoodie do I wear? Well,
All of them. One
which
of each. Layer.
Maybe.
It's all about layering.
It is August, so you might need all three for the snowstorm. Put it on a hat. We are going to put it on a hat. So yeah, we've got 7 guides. We've got someone's got a row, so we can put 14 people.
In one
We
boat.
can get everybody. We gotta
man.
get everybody going down. Love people, catch fish. There it is, folks.
Andy, I saw your post this week, getting to hang out with both your kids this week, and that blacksmithing, getting to make some knives together. That's great, man. Like, something I appreciate about you so much is that, like myself, I feel you feel that spending time with your kids is of utmost importance. Your daughter and your son, that's awesome. Your kid is awesome. I hope someday we get to do some hunting or fishing together, because it is clear that he is passionate about what he does. So
Yeah.
glad to see that this week.
Colin and Tammy are the best. That is a fact. That is absolutely a fact.
Yeah. that is
All
true.
right, guys. We've tied the
We drug
two
this out as
quickest.
long as we can.
We've tied the 2 quickest flies on TNL history.
No, you hang up.
I love you more.
I love you more.
So it's kind of how she goes here, folks. Hopefully you learned a new knot, some new flies. Had some laughs at the Tim and Tim show at the start.
And found some friends.
And found some friends to connect. And we are going to hopefully sober Tim up here. his bloodshot eyes.
Not a
and,
chance.
and all the good stuff there. So, yeah, so I'm Dana Lattery, and that is actually Tim Hepworth,
The real
the one
Tim
and only,
Hepworth.
not the 2 and only.
Man,
And,
we're so excited. You know, today it's crazy, but at the end of every episode, we just start a countdown. 6 more days.
Yeah, 6 more
Till
days.
we see you guys again.
What
Thank
will
you.
we do on episode 20?
Cry?
Love you guys. We'll see you next
We love you too.
Thursday.